Go Boom Boom. I was finished that with Zoom Zoom, my Supernova Girl.
I'm actually not sure I know that song. Zoom Zoom.
Oh, you don't know
Supernova.
Xenon Girl in the 20th?
That's what I thought it was.
Oh
but I
my
haven't
God.
Seen it in so
Wait,
long.
what's
It's a
this?
Disney Channel movie. Zoom Zoom Zoom, make my heart go boom boom.
I'm
just-
unfamiliar.
Supernova
There's
Girl.
like just this girl living on a space station
Hmm.
in the future, and she was like
Yeah.
super cool.
Oh.
I wanted to be her
I
best
think it's
friend.
Alex Johnson, who is
Anyway, hi,
like
chat.
Degrassi.
Yeah, hi. Well,
It's Zetas Lapidus.
Sophia's familiar.
Yeah.
With the Xenon Girl. Hi everyone. Welcome to MEI, Magical Women Incorporated. My name is Philip, and I'm the publisher of this comic book. Because this one's top flight. But boy, does it not feel like it. Except in many ways it does. And I am joined by many of our players, but not all, but more forthcoming. Some fifth coming, maybe even a couple sixth coming. But enough of this inflationary humor.
The more you add to
like-
it, the worse it becomes.
Yeah, like it's like an orgy, but you have to finish in order.
Seventh
There you
coming?
go.
I've
The
been
more that you
designated eighth coming.
I don't. I'm
Yeah,
not a fan
yeah,
of
see,
it.
the more that you add to it, the more disgusting it becomes.
No,
right?
I'm into it.
What do
It
you
was
do?
fine at
Forthcoming,
fifth coming.
fifth coming.
Like, I got
Yeah, that
the
was fine.
joke,
That was a
and
fun
then you
little
kept
pun joke.
going,
And then it becomes gross.
I'm
Yeah,
just
like, my body
jobing.
just rejected it, like, I
I'm
didn't-
just jobing, okay? We literally talked about how Job is always upping the ante every time. So that's all I'm doing. And when I'm 11th coming, you guys will see.
Like, is it based on arrival time? Did you draw the numbers? Like, I have so many questions.
It sounds, I don't know, 11th coming sounds like it's exhausting.
And what happens if you go out of order? Are you banned from the next one?
No, the
You
whole
have
thing
to
has
sit it
to.
out?
Everyone has to start over, and that ruins a lot of afternoons. Well, here we go.
But that I think
Oh
is
my
the
God.
fastest we've gotten there.
Imagine
on this
someone
show
goes
so
far.
to, like second to last out of order, and now that poor guy that's last has to start all over again.
Wow. Anyone could be. It doesn't only have to be guys.
Well, Guy is a, we're all from like it's the 90s, Philip. It's the
That's true. God, is that true?
90s.
Well, on Sundays it's the 90s. Anyway, speaking of the 90s.
No, but it would absolutely be a guy going out of order intentionally.
That's true. That's what guys do. You're right. Dudes rock. Great point. Guys are awesome. Oh Lord. Anywho, this has been an interesting day. Let's talk about this game because it's a fun one. And
Is it?
Well, I don't know. That's a question. Is this a fun one? Do we like this game? Hey, Ka and Pierce, putting you both on the spot. What do you prefer, MEI or Monster the Ravaging? Genuinely.
That's rude.
Yeah. Put you on the spot. If you say Monster, you're directly insulting KJ.
I wasn't going to interpret it that way, but I am now.
Yeah, I know.
God damn it.
I know. I kind of did that just because I want it to be. Hold on.
Yeah. No, now I'm going to choose to be offended. Yeah,
Good.
I think.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Me too. What are we talking about?
Peace was never an option, Charles.
I like Provinia. That was a great campaign.
Provinia
yeah.
was a really good
Good
campaign.
answer. Cop out answer, but good answer.
Yeah.
What's the question?
But
I
I do
was-
like my character.
I was
in
asking.
Monster the Ravaging.
Yeah.
I do like the character I play in Monster the Ravaging. He's a fun one.
I was asking Ka and Pierce if they prefer the Sunday night game or this game. I was making them choose, and I said, if you choose Sunday, you're insulting KJ. Was the joke. And before that, we were just talking about coming
I love
order.
all my children equally.
Wow, cool, good cop out answer. These are nothing but cop out answers. What is this? The Gay Police Association? Because this is a lot of cop out answers. Anyway,
Oh, that was rough.
That was a stretch.
I'm
That
fine with
is-
it.
I'm
happy with it.
That is so tortured. It
I'm
would be in
deep-
the Spanish Inquisition.
I'm deeply happy with it.
Can I actually annul my having logged on?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he signed it out.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
That was so
What
stretched.
you should do is just
You-
sign out and in a bunch of times so that the frame is never right
Yep.
on Twitch.
Yep, there we go.
True.
Yep, I gotta remember though. A cop out is the ball at the fraternal order of the gay police officers.
What?
That's the cop-out. Anyway, everyone listen. It's been a long day. It's been a long week, and it's Monday. So I just want to say that we have a lot
What
of.
a week. Lemon
Oh,
Tuesday.
so let's go
Lemon
ahead
today
and
has been.
let's go ahead and talk about the elephants, the 3 elephants in the room. We had a vote this past week for what to do here in MEI. And to my genuine surprise, I even commented on it. We had 3 options. I rolled high, so I gave us 3 options. We had work on the signature piece. We had rumor has it work for Masquerade from Rumor Inc. Or we had the mystery mage, a mysterious mage is in town. Shall we build something for that person? And I was very surprised that this was an incredibly close vote in a way they usually aren't. It was tied several times, including the penultimate day. It was tied with 8 votes apiece, to the point that I was like, what's going on? And somebody was like, I think we're all just voting to make it even. I think Book and Dagger sort of said that. I was like, great. Then yesterday, sure enough, now KJ, to your credit, as an honorable and truthful person, you, and I also will give a shout out to Kern3, who similarly, Kern3 voted for the mystery mage every time. KJ voted for signature piece every time. So you clearly had a dog in the fight. Everybody else.
Not my fault. It was a Chihuahua.
Not your
Are you
fault. Well,
fight?
the thing is, what it was a dog equivalent in size to 2 other dogs.
Punched above its weight class.
Yeah, because at the end yesterday, thanks to Sophia, Galanorian Saber, and Pierce, some kind of compact was made between players and chat live to even it out. So, I decided, rather than rolling a die to see which of the 3 things we'll do, we're just doing all 3.
You know, that's
So-
surprising considering how much you love dice rolls.
Yeah, sometimes
Well,
I
This
have
way
to
he gets
teach
to make
people
us-
a lesson, except it's not a lesson because this is the kind of chaos they crave. So nothing will ever get better, and KJ will continue to suffer and wonder why she still is on the channel, because she...
I just don't like it when I'm made to be the voice of reason.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
It's very uncool.
I don't like it.
I know. So, let's see. So, KJ, I think you were actually out last week, and so was,
Yeah.
I was out for Christmas.
You were... Oh, yeah, you were out. Were you out for 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you were out for a
I
couple.
think
So...
one
oh
was
yeah, it
work.
was just Jeremy, Kevin, and I last.
Oh, that's right. So, were you there for Totsov, the mage of the... You only missed one, I think. You were there when you made the thing for the undead, right?
Yes.
Okay,
that was
cool.
the one.
So the only one you missed was last week, when our team crafted something for Detective Abnormal, the sort of former member of Earth's Guild of... and former Curated Future, kind of member emeritus. She lives here in East, but she needed a helm to rescue several of Earth's mystic heroes from a dreadland called the Lakes of Despair, and you all crafted her with... It was... I'll tell you, Khan, last week's was actually it was rough. It was, down to the wire. They were, it was intense. They basically opted to go for, the hardest possible thing. So, you'll understand this. They crafted a helm that protects your mind from being charmed, frightened, places Death Ward on you automatically every day. Also, gives you, what was the other one? Oh, makes you immune to the mist. And gives you amber light from the top of it. So it, really does a lot. They named it the Helm of Deathless Amber. And Detective Abnormal was very happy. And was kind of like, yeah, if this works, I'll have a lot more, mystery people who'll come here and buy stuff from you guys. So they did a very good job. And not only that, but Lustra managed to sell the Staff of the Damned to a more heroic necromancer named 88, who's an Air Genasi, for a premium price, so you guys have, that was all profit for you. Because not only did you get the money for crafting it from Tatsov, who, betrayed you, you've now been paid for it at a good rate. So that was great. So financially, you guys are in a very good place, which is honestly why we're even able to attempt what we're doing here. Which is, it is time for you, Lustra, as she brings you in. Mr. Glurk is there, kind of slurping in the corner, but as she brings you all in, Lustra says, "Hello, everyone, and before we begin, I just want to say, if anyone was offended by the poem that I had published in a local literary journal, if it was too dark for any of you, I do apologize. I just want to say I didn't mean for it to be. I didn't want to ruffle any feathers. So far, I haven't heard anyone being upset about it, but I just wanted to say that. Wanted to get that out there in case any of you read it.
The room doesn't seem that dark.
Oh no, it was a poem I wrote.
Oh.
It was just about sunshine, and at one point in it, a cloud does pass in front of the sun, or the edge of a cloud. It was. I know it's disturbing, but I just anyway wanted to apologize. So
Glad you learned your lesson.
Thank
Don't
you.
do it again.
You're well. I can't promise I won't. I just have such a dark side. Anyway, I wanted to let you all know. Will and Asheen, are you back from your daily round trip to the amethyst mines?
Oh yeah, he was pretty thrilled with the tort.
Perfect. Well, I have some good news.
Oh.
I believe that we have sort of, given our financial situation, if you all are ready for it, I think that we can go ahead and begin manufacture and design of our sort of signature item. Obviously, this is not going to be a super powerful object, as we've discussed, but we're going to enchant all of this amethyst. It seems to be beautiful stock. Asheen and Will have now brought a good bit back. Fondlin, I know you have been going through various, processes to research the best kind. Flynar's been working on it, so I think we are ready to begin this process. We have a couple of options for this. One is that we simply have our workshop dedicated to this process. And perhaps we don't have all 5 of our craftspeople there working on this, but we section off and have some number of them working on this. This will make crafting specialty items a little harder because you'll be losing some of the staff for that. But it means we don't need to hire new people or build any new facilities here or expand to any other, manor houses nearby. So basically it just means we probably can't craft as many things at scale as we have been. Since I know when we have been crafting things like the Staff of the Damned or the Helm of Deathless Amber, it's been really all hands on deck, and you've brought in, the entire workshop crew. Our other option would be to take some of this money, probably also take out a loan, depending on the situation we'll attempt, to, add another facility to this structure. Or use a facility in a nearby structure that is dedicated specifically for this. I believe it probably would be a workshop of some kind, but, the nature of what it would be dedicated to, it would be set up primarily to be a jewelry crafting shop. We would have to hire on new people. We'd have to, so that this would increase our costs and would kind of wipe out much of our sort of the money we have, but it would probably be the most efficient way and would allow you
investment.
to exactly. It would be a larger investment. So the question is, do we want to sort of not make a big investment and just kind of refocus what we have? I don't know how often you guys are sort of paying attention to our to all the hirelings here and the other employees, but were we to sort of lose a couple of our normal crafters in the workshop, sort of our standard artisans, to that we could, we would probably have to be pulling in, people from the smithy, people from the garden. Utamata probably wouldn't be free to be making potions as frequently if you might need her to help on crafting items. But we would be very, very profitable. We'd have a lot of capital on hand. Or go ahead.
This is just a question for you.
Yeah.
When our former employer downsized and fired all of us.
Yes.
were we the only ones, or were there a bunch of people?
Oh, there were a bunch of people. You were.
Okay.
I'll say that other people either went to other large firms, tried to start out completely on their own, not wanting to share with anyone. What the 5 of you did that was notable is said, let's pool together to sort of so that we can kind of compete at their level. Like other skilled craftspeople probably went off and are just like, man, all I want to do is make, wands. So there's probably some really good carpenter who's just exclusively making, wands of magic missiles or any other spell she knows, that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
I know we briefly discussed this over text.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think we ever nailed it down. What does Fonelin have the equivalent of a PhD in?
Oh.
Astrology?
It's like your
Astrology.
it's jewelry, like gems, lapidary, isn't that the term? Yeah.
A PhD in crystals?
Yeah, basically, but it's like you're a lapidarist. You're a sort of you're someone
Okay.
who's it's
So-
like geology probably.
So, but how? So it doesn't necessarily. Sorry, but she's not very well versed in like actual business stuff.
Probably not super well versed in the
Okay.
business side of things. Yeah, I would imagine.
Why isn't there a math skill in D&D?
Because who fucking needs it?
The whole game is math.
No, shut. Nothing from the peanut gallery.
Can I say that Reginald has business experience, or at least some acumen in this? With a 10 in investigation, 9 in persuasion, he's a social character.
I think so for sure. Yeah.
Fonelin votes no loan.
You don't want any debt whatsoever. What are the? Okay, we're not gonna do a whole simulation with all the loans and interest rates and all of that and
Aren't we?
inflation and whatnot. We're not doing any of that. I refuse.
Well, I'm just sort of wondering,
Yes.
since we do have an influx of cash at the moment, if that would allow us, since we're to sort of maybe, at least on a temporary or project basis, just hire on a few more artisans that we know.
That's what I believe too. We should use the cash and invest to improve our output. Therefore, we'll pay back that investment quicker.
Hiring more artisans is certainly something that we would do were we to expand. We are at capacity for how many people can be working in this facility. We don't have the we don't have the we can hire more artisans, but we're sort of you have 20 hirelings here, so 25 of us total. If we need to expand if we're going to be bringing in more people. Yeah.
Understood.
What's the real estate market in Ease looking like?
Well,
Oh, but a loan simulation is too far.
well, real estate wise, I think that would probably be I don't know that we would.
Oh, the interest rates.
Interest rates are
Log up.
interesting.
Okay.
My
I'm
recommendation
sort of joking on that. So
my
out of-
recommendation would more be to well there are 2 recommendations, and one of them actually, Fonelin, is potentially more to your liking, which would be that this would still cost us largely everything we have in terms of the sort of money that we've now raised. It would kind of get rid of our cushion, but it would not have us go into debt. We could simply remake one of our sort of the outbuildings here on the Farpoint Manor grounds. Or the Farsight Manor? What is this place called? Farpoint is Star Trek.
I don't know what you called it. I don't called it home.
Yeah, you've always just called it whatever.
Farsight Manor.
Farsight Manor, that sounds more likely. Yeah, Farsight Manor. So basically we could take, kind of like, one of the kind of like more dilapidated back storage buildings, totally retrofit it to be this thing. The capacity for that wouldn't be huge, but it would.
Do you even have a room like that?
Well, there's a huge
I think so.
unfinished stable, basically. That
that sounds so nice.
well, it's full of junk.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's
That's built up over years of storage.
exactly. So we could effectively clear that out, and and utilize that as a smaller facility. That would, however, not be, it would basically just be kind of like a normal sized facility where we could hire a couple more craftspeople to work there and work exclusively on the on your signature piece, which also I know you need to design and name and all of that fun stuff. The other option would be to take out a loan and either using that as a basis or purchase some adjacent property or nearby thing and make a larger. Basically, it's the difference between something that is roomy and something that is vast. And it's kind of, you invest now, you're going to then your output will be higher. Yeah.
Well, realistically, we don't even know if this thing we're making, even though it's a signature, will take off or anything.
It's true.
So I say for now we can probably just clear out that stable, use it to start production. Then if it takes off like wildfire, we can then really start investing.
I'm sort of inclined to agree with you.
All right. Well, in that case, put it to Faunnelin, Will.
I just want to make shit.
Okay, understood. Faunnelin, that sounds acceptable to you?
What are we talking about?
Yes.
I'll consider that a yes. I suppose.
Oh, I don't. I really just want to talk to Faunnelin more. But she'll she'll kind of explain the idea being, we won't go into any debt, but we'll use up all the sort of funds you have to turn that stable into an amethyst making, an amethyst polishing and enchanting station, and you'll hire a couple more crafters, artisans to work there. You can have 3 hirelings to do that.
Okay.
All right.
So, if you're going to start on that, I guess she'll say so. I mean, I think what you should probably do in the meantime is kind of decide on the design and, purpose and all of that for this item.
So we've decided on a brute to defense or something like that.
You've had many sort of things. I think if memory serves, what I think the last thing you guys had was, and it doesn't have to be a brooch, it could be a ring, or it could be it's going to be some jewelry, some amethyst necklace, ring, whatever. It is going to, what you wanted to do, and you guys can change this, of course, but your last thing was you wanted to give a flat +1 to AC, which is kind of considered like, a very big deal. It's not the easiest thing to do, but if you can do it at scale, it will be a very good, very likable item. And you said maybe you would think of some other defensive benefit, whether it's resistance to some kind of damage, or whether it's, maybe a bonus to some. You probably can't do it to all unless you guys roll super high, but if it's some bonus to, some like saving throw or something.
I say resistance to psychic.
Resistance to psychic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any specific reason why? That one?
Because amethysts are purple.
Oh.
Makes sense
Also,
to
it's
me.
something we just did, so we have a little bit of success with that already.
That is true. Actually, you failed at giving resistance to psychic. You did not do that.
Oh.
Oh,
We gave immunity to charm and stuff like that. Right?
immunity to charm in that, but had you rolled higher, you would have also given some of that. You did not roll higher on that one. Okay, so we have a vote for resistance to psychic. That's won't be a particularly hard thing to add. Does that sound good to everyone?
That's fine to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So as you guys prepare to get into that, and they're going to start, setting up and clearing the thing, I will mention that some Bastion actions. There'll be a unique Bastion action to take, which is basically to ask some of your people to you don't have to have your people literally being the ones doing it, but someone like Lustra or any other of your staff members who you think you could trust to it, you might want to you'll probably need to have them as a Bastion action overseeing the clearing out of your new jeweler's workshop.
I see.
So keep that in mind as we get to the Bastion actions. And understand that we're just gonna do guys. We're not gonna do multiple rounds for everything unless you are really trying to do it. But in order to sort of get your initial design, because this is also a simpler item. This is an uncommon item that you're trying to do that gives the +1 bonus to AC and maybe some kind of resistance. Resistance to psychic if you guys are running with that, then great. So that's gonna be one round where you guys try to do that. But in the same round and with the same Bastion actions, we're also going to do any other crafting you need to do, and however many other rounds that takes. Speaking of which...
You made this really complicated.
Lustra says, so, as you're preparing for that, I will get started, but we do have a client meeting here with... It seems like we've gone ahead and accepted a couple of client bookings. That was what sort of seemed to be agreed on. It's going to be a very busy week here. But we have a meeting here with the Mystery Mage. I'm sure all of you have heard of the Mystery Mage in town this week. That is up to your characters whether or not you are dialed enough in to know about rumors of some mysterious new mage who's such a mystery.
There's been lots of mystery mages. Which one?
I feel like given how much I ask the bar to find stuff out, that this is something that
You've been hearing all about the Mystery Mage. There was a real argument about exactly what shade of blue his eyes are. There was a lot of argument. There was also argument about just how high his cheekbones are, with one very confused goblin saying that he's pretty sure his cheekbones were above his head. And they were like, I don't think his cheekbones are above his head. And the goblin's like, he's a hideous beast with cheekbones far above his head.
Would it just be tusks or horns? But okay.
And then later on, I've also told Masquerade that we have a meeting for her as well. So she'll be traveling to East.
Well, we're having all these meetings on the same day.
Well, yes, because this week we're doing all of this.
Huh.
Yes, I tried to get consensus from of what we were going to be doing, and instead it's no consensus was reached, so we have to do it all because
we literally didn't have to,
So
Lustra.
interesting because I feel like normally we would just roll a die, but that's fine.
No,
Normally
not.
we would just bring us, here are some options, and we would just go, well, let's go with that one.
Well, I did, and you went with let's go with all of them, so that's what we're doing.
I don't recall agreeing to that.
I understand.
Was some vote happening that I wasn't aware of?
No, you literally she'll show all of your signatures.
I believe I was working on the signature piece the whole time.
You probably were. Yes,
Oh.
Faunolin was very clear. Actually, Faunolin did clearly. There was a consensus. The point is we're doing it all.
That's what that flyer
Yes,
was.
that's what
All
it
of-
is. Yeah,
Oh.
you guys can always really dictate the jobs we take if you actually pay attention to the sort of. I send out a lot of scrolls, and most of you don't ignore it. So okay,
I don't like to read.
I am well aware. So Lustra will kind of just nod and say, "Oh, but I believe the mystery mage should be arriving shortly." So, as we think about how we're going to handle the signature piece, let's also get ready to help the mystery mage. Sure enough,
Mrs. Doubtfire this and meet both of them at the same time at the same restaurant or something.
Actually, do you guys want to the mystery mage is not coming at dinner, but do you want to have food for the mystery mage?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Of course.
hospitable.
What food do you want prepared?
Whatever
Yes.
people with high cheekbones like.
Okay. If you say that,
Grocery store sushi.
if you say that to Zogo, actually Zogo will go fish. So Zogo will begin preparing a very nice fish, you know, kind of like a very fancy sort of like sea bass kind of situation. And sure enough, there's a lot of good seafood in East since it's underwater. Sure enough, at the
So for
appointed
underwater,
time,
is the grocery store sushi actually good here?
it's so fresh you can't believe it. You know what's bad about the sushi is the rice. The rice is kind of like old and like it took a long time to get here, but
Yeah.
the fish is top notch. So suddenly at the appointed time, through the doors strides a mage. He's tall. He has incredibly high cheekbones. I want you to picture like it's James Marsden energy. Incredibly blue eyes, incredibly high cheekbones. He's got a very nice cape. He sort of walks in he's got this like he is wearing sort of like, it's not robes, it's like a kind of like a just like a stiff sort of shirt with pants, and they're like whirling in different colors as they move over him. And he walks in, he doesn't have like any staffs or anything, but he kind of walks in very dashingly and kind of looks in and says, "Ah, so this is MEI, is it? It's very hard to get an appointment here, is my understanding."
Yes. We're
Perfect.
very exclusive.
Oh, well. I'm so glad you're making the time for me, a mystery mage you know nothing of. Oh,
Right.
Oh,
Shake
What-
his
that's
hand.
so interesting. We're also meeting a mystery mage here today.
is it me?
Is it?
Is
you?
it?
He looks
your
around.
name?
Lustra kind of goes, yes. And he says, "My name." Irrelevant for now. "Oh, look at this! Incredibly fancy fish and food. Wow. This is all very fancy what you're putting out for me. And yet I was a mystery mage, and I just asked for this meeting recently, and you said, sure, no problem. And I'm already on the books this week. You have a long waiting list, huh?"
Yeah. Indeed.
Yes.
We usually only see one person every.
What is this guy's angle? What-
Interesting, you only see one person. Huh? And yet, rumor has it you're seeing someone else today as well.
What are you trying to make this? We just met literally just now. How should you be jealous?
Usually.
Tell me what this guy's deal is.
You
Guy,
want...
insight him. What? is
Sure,
this?
Yeah,
do an
right.
insight roll, that's fine.
But I would love to roll an insight.
Give me an
roll.
insight roll, that's fine.
All right.
12 plus 5 is 17.
17.
29.
29.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, damn it.
Fucking psychic.
Damn it, 29. 29 beats the mystery mage by 1.
I am
What?
the
8?
cleric.
The mystery mage seems to be, I mean, this is kind of an obvious statement for you to confirm. The mystery mage is not who he appears to be. He is in disguise.
We really should. I'm just gonna look at him and it's like sort of. We really should sort of consider installing some wards or something like that that sort of prevent identity illusions.
Well, in any event, would you like me to tell you what it is? Oh,
When
God.
you say disguise,
Mhm.
is he just like, is it like some guy in a fake mustache, or is it like a magic disguise?
Probably a magic disguise, but Will has not shared that with anyone else.
He's gonna Mission
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Impossible at
yeah.
some point. He's just
Yeah.
gonna pull his face down.
But he says, yes.
Tom Cruise.
So it appears to me that oh my God, this fish is good. Wow.
Yeah.
All right,
Got
it's
the
good.
best chefs. We got
Yeah,
the
that's
best
why we
cooks in
bought
the
it.
city.
Well, it would be nice if you took people. The point is,
Well, you can come into the bar anytime you want any food. But if you want us to make something that's more exclusive.
I do. I have an object for you to make.
Well, what is it? Hurry it up here. We've got another person to see today.
So I don't even get your. They don't even get your full attention. Is that what you're saying? What's wrong with this other person?
I don't know what's wrong with
I
them.
know we haven't met them yet.
Do you know?
I'm asking what your problem with whoever you're seeing.
We're asking too, because we've never met them.
Well, I'll tell you what I want. I simply want something, some kind of object, that could help a magical shapeshifter take on more forms and possess more powers. Perhaps those of any forms they take on. Do you understand?
Is this for a friend of yours?
No, it's what I want, but does this sound familiar to any of you?
It does sound like it's something that we might be making later today.
Lustra is just going like this. And the mystery mage says, yes, you will be making it later today, at least I hope. For I... turns into a beautiful, mysterious woman. For I am Masquerade from Earth. And when you wouldn't just take my case, I decided to come here and create a new persona.
Why?
Because I really want you to make this thing for me. The Hoboken Witch won't shut up about how good it is.
Bonelin will just be clapping at the impression.
Gene Parmesan style.
That quick change, little quick change thing.
Yeah. She loves a good show. I am just going to ask, is the reason we're doing all three because two of them are secretly the same one?
No, but it did make me feel less bad about saying we're doing all three. Because, and Pierce, I accidentally gave myself away to you last night because you thought the mystery mage was someone else based on my description, and I was like, no, I should have said the masked mage. And you were like, well, we had masquerade in my head. I was like, yep, we did. That's why I didn't call it that, because that was my first thought. Yep.
You didn't give it away, but no, and I just, oh yeah, you can't do mask and masquerade. I didn't figure that out. I was just I was like, that's bad writing.
But in my head, I was like, yep, that is the reason why. So the point is, masquerade is here, and she goes, well, I've been waiting. So, well, I don't know. Do you guys not like Earth people? Why was it about the Hoboken Witch you took her case and you wouldn't take mine?
Wait.
Oh no, we just had something that was more profitable.
Well, okay. I mean, okay. Well, I can't really argue with that because we kind of are like we are superheroes, but we're sort of like, no, I get it. That's fair. I don't know. I just thought you guys were. I just kind of felt like you weren't taking me seriously because I've been asking for a few weeks here, and so basically, I decided to test things out and see if I could become a mysterious mage. And guess what? I could.
There's got to be something in the contract against taking jobs from people who clearly and obviously have admitted to deceiving us.
Lustra says,
Lustra.
"That's. Do you want that in the contract? I mean, this doesn't seem deception because she
like
just would have come in
also, I feel
later.
Like that, I'll be honest. I feel like that's gonna cut like more than like 80% of the people who would come looking for an item.
Sheen has a bit of a point there.
So, anyway.
Look at what happened last time someone lied to us. We got to keep their money and the item.
That's true.
I feel like we should have more people come in and lie to us.
In front of her, right here.
What is that? Is that?
Not,
is this
fluke? She's not going to try to. We're not making her. We're not making her a staff that she's going to try to kill us.
No, that's not a fluke. That's intentional.
No. The fish. Is it ginger, soy? It's something. This is good. So I know you can make that for me, right?
Sorry, what was it again? You want something to help you shapeshift?
No, I can shape. She turns into all of you real quick. She's like, I can shift, and she's like, I need it to shapeshift, so I have the magic powers of whoever I shapeshift into.
Does my nose really look like that?
Did I get it wrong? Do what?
My twin.
Okay. She turns back into Fondlin. Goes, was this right? Or, oh, hold on. And then she turns into like a mirror image of Fondlin. You know, like a dimple travels to the other side. That?
It's close.
Okay. Do you have a picture of her?
Farlin will show. She'll show a picture, but it's the exact same thing, but dark clothes.
And then she'll turn into your
I would love if you just held up an empty frame to your face.
A mirror.
Yeah.
By the way, when Lustra sees Fondlin, a version of Fondlin in dark clothes, she goes. So anyway, yeah.
The goth phase. Fondlin going through a goth phase back in high school.
No, it's Floralin's picture.
Floralin.
And it's not a phase.
Yeah.
Floralin. Oh my god, that's so.
So
good.
anyway, Masquerade.
So dumb and so good.
Masquerade turns back into herself and says, So what I'm looking for, if I haven't said it enough, is I am incredibly capable of turning into other people. And I often can have, like, the physical characteristics. You know, if I shapeshift into, like, a mermaid, I can swim fast with the tail and breathe underwater. But
Okay, congratulations.
I don't necessarily have all the sort of, like, extra... Like, if I were to... Like, so for... You guys know who Meridian is?
Yeah, of course.
Great. So if I could shapeshift into Meridian, and I'm not saying I need to be able to, like, pick up, like, an aircraft carrier the way she can. I'm just saying maybe, like, a battleship? You know, like, just give me, just, you know, put me on a, just let me mimic a little bit more is what I'm saying.
Here at MEI, we can certainly try to make it just about
Is
anything.
that possible?
I'm sure we can figure it out. I'd say, though, that I would say we're not going to be able to give you sort of the powers of people who learn them. Like a wizard learns their bills. If it's something innate, maybe. But I don't think we could give you something.
Now we're talking into the physics and the properties of your shapeshifting. Is it just a transformation of your outwardly appearance, or somehow it takes upon what you believe that appearance should have? So it's a mental thing?
It is. My shape-shifting power is magical in nature. And it has to do with sort of, it is not glamoring. Like, I really am changing. My body is changing when I do it. But I do retain a lot of myself, and that's a core component of it. You know, I'm not, like, turning into the other person. So I need to... I just want to up the amount of other stuff I can copy, I guess.
Oh. No.
It's to get technical. It is a form of transmutation that I'm gaining. So I guess what I'm looking for is to take my transmutation and maybe, you know, bring in some conjurations or evocations or things like that. When possible. I'm not saying I can literally turn into anyone I ever look at and get all their powers. I mean, unless you guys are saying I can't, in which case, let's do that. I'm just saying, like, give me some, you know, just up my ability to bring in that stuff that I can't intrinsically do.
I feel like we could probably do that. And you know, we've empowered people's magic in the past.
Yeah, something that just turned up what I could do, even that would be great. Right now, my limit is I can't turn into a building, and I can't really even turn into a car, but I did once turn into a Vespa.
So,
What's a Vespa?
Like a little scooter, but with a motor in it.
is there a reason why you want to turn into, like, inanimate objects?
I want to be ready for whatever happens.
Right? That seems doable.
But see, again, I'd like to be the inanimate object, but I can still move. You guys don't have the Transformers movies, do you?
Wait, so you want to be an animate object then?
I want to be able to be more stuff. I just want to be more, copy more, gain more. That's what I'm looking for. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and can I get a to-go back to this while we wait on this?
We're not
Sure.
a restaurant. Come on.
You're
This
not?
was-
We literally are a restaurant.
We do literally have a restaurant.
We have a
attached
restaurant
to our
attached.
building.
We're not the restaurant.
No, but we do
Oh,
own the
I can
restaurant.
just walk you
Well, we
over
did-
to the
we did
restaurant,
also-
and then they'll give you a to-go.
We did prepare this food and have it made by our cook and brought out to this table for this
We
person.
are, by all intents and purposes, a restaurant.
Like, just
Listen, this isn't a magical crafting business or something.
Well, I mean, we're not just a restaurant, but we are a restaurant among other things.
right. We're like a Dave and Buster's. You know, there's a lot going on here.
Right, like whatever
Who's
the
Dave
words
and
you just said
Buster's?
mean.
You don't remember Dave and
Beyond
Buster's
Bed
down the
Bath
street?
& Beyond.
So the good news is you don't have to make 2 items. The bad news is you still do have only.
We do have to make 2 items. We just don't.
We do have to
3
make 2 items, yeah.
Well, oh, sorry. Yes. Well, one of the items making it is not hard. It's the making it for, you know, making it in a way, designing it so it can be replicable. So with that, I'm going to kind of leave it up to you how much complexity and how many things you want to do here. She appreciates you attempting and she will leave and kind of Lester walks her out. But at this point, here's the situation.
Thank you for coming. We have to get ready for our next meeting now.
But that was so. There's somebody even in addition to the other, like me, who you were meeting with.
No, there's a masquerade that's like coming in.
Yeah,
later.
Masquerade's coming.
I'm Masquerade.
No, no.
Oh, you're already here. Okay, let's have a seat.
I just told you what I don't. And Lustra says, I'll explain it to them. And then Lustra walks away with her, and as she goes, so how long are you in town for? And she's like, what? And Lustra's like, are you do you like, I don't know, do you ever use these powers like socially? And Masquerade kind of looks at her like, oh, I see what you're saying.
Jesus
Well,
Christ, Lester.
and they walk out.
As they
For
walk
dark
out,
side.
Will's like, wait, but so when is our second meeting happening?
So I think we need to have a policy that we got to institute here that you can't start like hitting on the customers until after they've paid. I feel
Wait,
they
that's
have
what you
not-
have the problem with?
anymore.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's the
Customers
part
is
of this you're objecting
Yeah,
to.
that's the part that feels like it crosses a line. Yeah,
Oh my god. So in any
that's
case,
the part that feels like bad business.
I think someone putting
wanna
in
get
multiple
paid
requests at
first
the
and
same
then-
time is bad for
I
business.
want it to no longer be a customer, and then she can try to date her. That's fine.
she doesn't want to date her. She just wants to experience some certain people.
Right. Then I would like those experiences to be with not a customer.
But it's not a customer. She's someone else at the time. That's the beauty of Masquerade. KJ liked that. So, here's the question to you, my friends, neighbors.
That really feels
And
like-
crafters.
Never mind.
You have only 1 week and only the Bastion actions to do this that you would typically take. You will need to expend a Bastion action or two. We do also have one for Mr. Glurk. We'll kind of let you guys dictate that however you want. But you will need to expend some Bastion actions to have people, like, really overseeing the, building of this new facility. You have been given a rather open-ended job for Masquerade. You don't, you could just do one round, and it's just kind of like a, just see how you do and not sort of put in 2 levels of complexity if you wanted. Or you could, you could make this real simple and just do 1 round on designing the brooch or the amethyst and 1 round designing her thing, and everybody goes to bed early. Or you could be like, let's go crazy and do 2 rounds on each, or more, or 3 in 1, however you want to base it up. Basically, how do you guys want to divvy up your resources and put
I
your...
would never use 3 in 1. It's all a different product.
There you go. Yeah, body wash, conditioner, and shampoo. That's a no-go.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So the point is, how would you guys like to divvy this up?
I don't know. I just know that Masquerade's item absolutely needs to be attuned.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you must attune to it to use it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
The
That-
problem I have with the masked mage, the mystery mage's request is, I don't think she knows what she wants.
Well, she
We
wants
also
everything.
don't know who she is yet.
Is she even Masquerade?
Um,
I didn't in all my thought of how I was going to reveal that it was the mystery mage was Masquerade all along. I never imagined this level of but I should have this level of confusion from the MEI partners. I love it. So when are we meeting Masquerade? That was Masquerade. So when are we meeting the mystery mage? When's he coming back? No, there is no mystery mage, but we met him.
No, I'm the Mr. Mage. But if you're the Mr. Mage, then who's Masquerade?
This whole episode is just a who's on first joke.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But somehow significantly dumber.
But yeah, just way
What
more
I want is
never
at the
ending,
very
no
end-
punchline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I want is at the very end, after we see off Masquerade, the mystery mage then comes in. It's like, now
Now,
here's my request.
finally, I'm here. I need a sword.
I was given
God damn
terrible
it, this is-
directions.
I had terrible directions.
This is sort of like a little level of there's always money in the banana stand kind of understanding of what's
God,
going
this is such an Arrested Development game as it goes
Oh,
on. But they really didn't. All right. So let me. Let's just try to move this along since this seems
So,
like
okay.
my questions are too open-ended. Oh yeah, go ahead, Ka.
So as far as I see it, Reginald doesn't even know how masquerade mage, how their power even works. So he doesn't even know.
Go ahead and
What?
do an Arcana check on that point, Reginald,
Sure.
just as you do that. You're pretty good at Arcana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled only a 7 plus 15, so 22.
You are certainly familiar with sort of magical... To put it in D&D terms, although Masquerade is kind of working a little better than this, it's riffing on the idea of like the alter self spell. So Masquerade, as far as you can tell, to put it into terms, she's not casting that exact spell, because it doesn't seem to be a spell. She's casting more like a magical ability she has.
Thing.
But she basically seems to be able to do. It's kind of the it's kind of like a kicked up version of the Warlock's Sculptor of Flesh invocation, which let's see if that is even still a thing. Because basically she seems to be able to cast that spell at will. And as far as you can tell, she seems to be able to cast it... No, Sculptor Flesh was a polymorph. She seems to be able to cast it, like no concentration. She can just turn into whatever shapeshift she wants. She probably can't hold it, forever, but it's not like a concentration thing, like where, she seems to have and it seems to give her maybe a little bit more than Alter Self gives. It seems to maybe grant her a click more power of Alter Self, but I mean Alter Self does
Okay.
no, it is pretty it is pretty
I know a bit of. I mean, I think that there's possibility that I could probably channel a bit of. It wouldn't be the exact spell, but if we could put that energy into it, polymorph. If we can put that sort of energy into like her own abilities right now, right? If we could, I could sort of try to channel that spell's energy into the item so that it's sort of just enhancing her ability, her sort of innate abilities. That might just let her grant her a little more, since that doesn't just, you don't look like a bear, you become a bear. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
but I think one of the things that is when she transforms into someone I've never heard of, who seems to have powers that is beyond their physical form, I believe what she wants is a conjuration of the essence of what she's
wild
transforming
shape,
from.
You get the power or whatever. Like, you actually get the stats of the creature you wild shape into, right?
yes, but those are only beasts, so they don't have
But I mean, it's the general idea.
Well, the way I see out of character, the way I see wild shape happening is when you physically turn into a bear, you have the bear's muscles, and that's what gives the bear strength. But if you turn into a superhero, which their strength is decoupled from the amount of muscles they have, the physical transformation doesn't quite work.
well, it depends. Right? Depends on where their source of power is.
Fonlin, why don't you do an Arcana check piggybacking on Reginald, because I know you're also super high on it. And Will, please say what you're about to say.
Change spell.
Can I touch my what is
Guidance?
yes.
Yeah, just touch your cheek the whole time, and
That's
you can
your-
gain a
that's your-
G4. Yeah,
Guidance?
please.
I can't remember what it was called.
Apparently,
Please.
It's a gesture
Like-
for guidance? Wow, that's cute.
I knew I had to touch myself to use it, but I think it was called.
That's Canadian Sign Language.
I have to
so
touch
guidance.
myself to use it. Well, there we go.
Wow, this. How does sign language in the Forgotten Realms work? Guidance.
Yeah. That is 14 on the die, plus 2 on the other die, plus 15 for my thing.
So 31.
Yep.
Mhm.
Great. So with a 31, Master of Myriad Forms, by the way, is the Warlock invocation. But it seems like she has that, but like a much stronger, more kicked up, more, kind of, that's the base. And yeah, that definitely is a sort of transmutation. Fonelin, you actually think that Reginald might be onto something. The kind of conjuration, you might put other spells in it, but the idea of giving her something that just can bring about some extra power based on whatever it is, it'd probably be kind of cross-disciplinary. It would be, with a 31, you're like, it might be good to put a little bit of divination in here too, so the magic can tell what it's looking at to best kind of copy some degree. But so you think that creating something that isn't actually like duplicating exactly what other people have, but like, oh, she sees this guy can throw fire, so she'll, upon doing it, also gain the ability to throw some fire. You know, might not be as strong as his fire, might not be every single thing he has, but it's, yeah.
All right. Now it's making a little bit of sense to Reginald then. Okay, that makes a lot of sense then.
Okay.
So, this looks to be... We're going to be cooking. We got to cook. So we need a little bit of divination. So across the plane, they know what power to pull. And we need a little bit of conjuration to be able to pull the essence of what she's trying to transform.
You might need
into.
a little evocation in there too. You know, you might need a little
Evocation as
yeah,
well?
depending on if you're evoking versus conjuring. You know,
Binding agents.
yeah.
Might need some eggs too, but they're $9 a dozen now.
Thanks, Lord Zavis. Oh, boy.
Alternatively, we could just make it cast modify memory on her, and she'll think she's done it every single time. It's not going to work for her, but it's only going to fail the one time, and then.
God, Asheen is constantly pitching modify memory. Pierce just wants to cast it so bad.
That's the equivalent of the flour guy selling flour and there's sawdust in there to trick you into buying more.
Yeah.
It's like just Arrested Development with Job and his forget-me-nots.
Take these, Michael. Take these and love me again. The best is when he finally connects with his son. And he's like, Dad, thank you so much. This day was amazing. I'll never forget this. And he leaves and he goes, but I will.
But I will.
But I will. And then he just takes forget-me-not for no reason. Oh, God. But we have hard times here, too. So yeah, we have, I think you guys have some ideas of it'll, some kind of researching some arcane things, maybe rolling some, might allow some spell attack rolls in there since it's more sort of, so basically you see how to do that. Do you think you want to spend 2 rounds giving it extra stuff, or is this simply an item that's all it does is it does that, and then the higher you roll, the better it'll work? Do you want to give her extra things too, or you just want to have it be that one attempt?
I kind of think it should. It should be the one attempt, just because this seems like a very powerful thing, and I would hate if she lost it or something.
Okay.
Sure. I agree, except up to one point. I would like to, if it takes another round, I would like to build into it that she can't copy any of us.
Ooh.
I don't think that would take another round. I mean,
I handed a Lich a stat that he immediately tried to use on me. I really feel like I don't want her to be able to just turn into one of us and trick us.
Asheen. Well, I mean, you can't prevent her from turning into you because she already can do that. But go ahead and give me an insight roll, Asheen.
Sure.
And it wouldn't take you 2 rounds.
I've always wondered what it's been like to be a triplet. I think she'd be fine with it.
There you go.
Not great. 12.
You really can't see a world where you think she's like, now I have power and I can finally turn into a magic item crafter. That doesn't strike you as a person she's going to copy with a 12.
I mean,
but that's why she's so diabolical, because she's so wood. But you haven't rolled high enough to realize it. No, she probably wouldn't care.
Pretty petty, but that's fine.
Well, this seems petty. Hey,
real Saturday morning cartoon villain. Vibes.
Hey, Tom, are you being petty enough for us? Anywho, your name must be Tom, because that would have been better.
That joke was a real heartbreaker.
There we go. That's good. That's good, because
the quality of this show is just free falling. It's just free falling.
Yeah, just running down the drain. Should I make a traveling Wilburys joke? That's probably too deep. Anywho, it sounds like you guys just want to do 1 round on that then. Potentially trying to... Asheen, if you roll super high, you can certainly block the ability for her to capture, like crafting and such. If you roll high on that, and sort of, I'll give you the parameters when you make the attempt. Would you like to? How many rolls do you guys want to do for for designing your signature piece. It's not super high DCs to design it, and the higher you go, sort of the more streamlined it can be. But I would say that if all you're doing is it gives a +1 to AC and gives you resistance to psychic damage, that's you don't need 2 rounds for that. But if you wanted to do more, or you want there to be sort of other things about it, is it a ring? Is it a brooch? Is it an amulet? Cufflink? What form is it? Faunnelin and everyone.
We want it to be unisex, right? So
Probably
I mean,
would be good.
Well,
Brooch is unisex, right?
Sure.
yeah, a brooch, a pendant, a ring. That's all unisex.
Yeah.
yeah,
I want it to be a brooch.
Brooch. Okay.
she's the
Everyone
jewel
wears
crafter.
capes.
Yeah, everyone there's always cloaks and capes and places to stick it. And what would you guys like to call it? Or do you want to craft it and then name it, as you often do? Craft the name. So, let's go ahead and get into it here. First of all, I need to know your Bastion actions that you're commanding everyone to take. At a minimum, you need...
Meditate.
You're choosing meditate.
Nice.
We love it. At a minimum, you need at least one person whom you trust to handle, like, supervising construction. You could go very cerebral with that and have that be like Flynar or Lustra. Or you could go more practical and, like, you could have your smithy people handle that and then not use them in the crafting. Use other crafters for that. You could even use Udamata. I guess that seems a little. I probably wouldn't do that.
I think I'll use my Bastion actions to delegate that.
Okay. Who would you like to ask
And-
to do it, Reginald?
I think Udamata is organized enough to
Udamata is very organized. That's actually a good point. Okay. I like it.
to have them do that. Keep them on task.
So Udamata will take a break and oversee the building of the stable. I like
Wait,
it.
did I say Udamata or Lustra?
You said Udamata.
Oh, I meant Lustra.
You want Lustra.
Lustra's really organized.
Lustra's
John
organized.
Gate-
I mean, Udamata's also organized, but Lustra is Lustra's probably a more logical person because she's kind of like a higher ranking person. But when you said Udamata, I was like, oh, that's interesting. You'll have a very orderly, because she's an automata. Like you'd have a very. So Lustra,
Actually, Udamata makes more sense because
understood.
of the automaton. So there we go.
Okay. And now Mr. Glurk goes, because he was going to ask Udamata to just make potions as usual, but that's fine. He could do something else. Asheen, what would you like to do? So we have Faunnelin asking everybody to just go meditate in the solarium, empower themselves, find that inner peace. Reginald's going to have Udamata oversee. Udamata oversee.
Yeah.
Asheen?
So our archivist,
Yes.
if they could, I mean, I feel like you'll be able to interpret this. I'm like, if they could like be researching like just like John le Carré novels, like spycraft, like assuming other people's
Ooh.
like mannerisms.
Oh, okay.
And, like and something like that, something that might help us kind of be able to guide.
I love
Since
this.
Since we're like hodgepodging a bunch of magic here.
Flynar will, or excuse me, Flynar. Elvish.
Flynar, yes.
Flynar.
Nar.
Will sort of say, oh, so you want me to oh, you're interested in sort of, so that's so interesting, Asheen. I actually have sort of
not
what's that?
No, go ahead. Sorry. Finish.
I just was, I would love to do some deep research into this. I actually have quite a stack of sort of espionage tomes and of sort of spy mages and clever sort of. I've actually I've been working on a novel myself. It's about an elvish super spy. It's about an elvish super spy, and I think that you might you really might enjoy it, actually. I know you're a busy man. You don't. I can give you the
Oh, is it
short
done?
version at some point, but what's that?
You finished it?
I have a draft right here. Yes, a draft.
Oh,
But
I see.
yes, I'm still putting the pieces together. It's good, but it's. The point is, this is personal
it's
area of
something-
interest for me.
Maybe,
so yes.
maybe not. Yeah, just maybe not this week. But we've got what's
Sure.
going on. But give me your draft. I'll sit with the draft, and I'll take a look at it.
Oh man, you really put him on the spot.
Okay. He'll give it to you there, and wonderful. Okay, perfect. And
If I may offer just a quick glance, maybe perhaps a name. There's just a fabled spy that I've heard about at some point. If your character may be named Asha, at some point.
oh, Asha.
Just a thought,
Something about Asha. So I can see her sort of standing there, sort of very regal, at one with the woods, like all good elves would be, and yet she can move, her hips especially. The face can
Yeah,
lie,
it
but the
is.
hips can't. That's actually so interesting, because I could say that the hips are what give her away, because she can't help but sort of just
That's pure drama right
gyrate.
there.
Oh!
If I didn't already know Asha, this would sound a lot like men riding women.
She
She breasted boobily down the stairs.
yes, she
She
twerked.
literally
Yes,
did.
yes, Asha, I can see it. She's given it away because she couldn't help twerking assily across the room. Yes, yes, indeed, I understand. Perfect. Asha Super Spy. All right, yes. Asha Super Spy. That's not a bad title, actually. Yes. So in any case, he'll work on that. Will, how's it going? How's it going, Will? Bastion action, got one.
I was gonna do Flynar, so I'm still trying to figure out.
Sheen really bogarted you
Yeah.
there, no problem.
A little bit.
All right. Well, I will, if you'd like, I will choose one for, or if you got an idea, go for it. Otherwise, I could just, or you guys can choose one for your boy, Mr. Glurk. Would you like Mr. Glurk to use his D20 and choose 2? Do you want to give, you could have someone help Udamata with the setting up if you wanted. You know what? He's gonna do that. He's going to use his thing to have assistance with that. Here's my question to you guys: should he spend his Bastion D20 to take additional action as well, or should he save that for adding to rolls later?
I feel like we're adding later. But...
Adding later.
I think. Yeah, we should decide later. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna think about who he's gonna ask to do a thing, largely so Will doesn't get bogarted again, where he scoops someone out from under you. Will,
if the other thing I was gonna do, if this entire is to use the bar to start hyping up the forthcoming availability of our signature item.
I was the like slightly comical but not actually useful thing I was thinking was using the bar to increase the rumors about the mysterious mage.
Oh, fuck.
But I like your idea better.
Do it. No. Forget what I said.
understood. Well, so the point is, you're gonna activate Riva Irons. Okay.
Yeah.
But she can do rumors about the mystery mage while also talking up the new item, you know?
I think we should do both.
I think that's
Why limit ourselves?
multi-task.
You guys,
No,
we
you
attach the
guys have
legend of
all
the mystery mage.
You've already
this
super.
thing.
It's like the amethyst. This new amethyst brooch gives you high cheekbones. It's this crazy thing, and goblins are like, then don't get it because they'll go above your head. So as all right, there we go. In that case, I think your guy, Mr. Glurk.
Our guy.
Yeah, your co-partner, Mr. Glurk. I'm trying to see if he is going to just simply have, because Udamata is going to work on that. I mean, it probably makes the most sense for Lustra to also oversee that, but at the same time,
Yeah, too many.
he's an agent of chaos. And we gotta have a little more chaos this session. KJ, do you want to roll on behalf of him or no?
I don't want that responsibility. No.
Copy that. Jeremy, roll me a d6.
Awesome. Love to. 3.
Right down the middle.
What has he decided? What is Glurk doing?
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you rolled 3, because 4 would be fun, but 3 is the most fun. He is going to say, Mr. Glurk sort of just says, okay, I've got an idea. And Mr. Glurk just kind of, slurps and glomps his way. He's a plasmoid, if people just are wondering why I'm saying this. He kind of just oozes his way past Fonelin right into the meditation solarium, and he goes up to Maria. And he says, excuse me, Maria, would you assist Udamata in overseeing construction of the stable? And she's like, that makes absolutely so much sense because, I can totally be outside during the day. Just kidding, I can't. I'm a vampire. That makes absolutely no sense at all. I'm kidding, I can. I can sit under like a little shade or something. It's fine. No, I can't. I'll still burn up. I won't burn up, but I'll be really tired. But I can totally help. I'll do a good job. I won't do a good job, but I'll do just a good enough job not to get fired. Or maybe not. He just kind of blinks at her with that eyes. She kind of smirks and goes, yeah, I'm on it. Don't worry. Actually, just kidding. You should probably worry a little bit.
Worry.
Because you got a bunch of... There's going to be some people coming into work, right? So maybe one of them goes missing because I drink all their blood. Kidding, I don't drink blood anymore. I just drink plant blood, right? Everyone believes that, right? You think I drink ooze? Would I drink you, Mr. Glurk? Would I? Nah, I wouldn't, would I? Kidding, right? Come on. Anyway. Yep. There we go.
I realize why this feels familiar. It reminds me of the Eddie Izzard bit of just shaking your head yes, nodding no for like 15 minutes
Sure.
of her set.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so we have Udamata and Maria helping with the build. We have Flynar helping with stuff to craft good spy and copying abilities, just upping Masquerade's game. Kind of, and that's a fun one, Oshin, because that's kind of very much like the intangibles. It's not the sort of specific magic you're going to be doing, but kind of the other stuff. Wonderful. So, my friends and neighbors, it is now time for you to craft the hell out of your sort of prototype version of a beautiful, perfect brooch that grants, we are settled on +1 bonus to AC, resistance to psychic damage.
Yeah, it's like a staple that we have around all the time. That seems great.
Seems great.
Yeah.
Yes, Fonelin?
The die that we later.
You okay?
Mm-hmm. Understood. Yep.
No, you're not okay.
Well, I'm going to ask a question already before we start this.
Go for it.
For what I want to maybe do this round. Would you let me use my woodcarver's tools as part of basically creating the model before we actually
The mold?
Yeah, basically like how you would build a model before you build the actual set.
I totally understand that. The only reason I'm bumping on that is that I can't imagine that for I could even do you have like ceramic or clay or anything like that? I would believe that, but just for jeweler's tools, I just find it too hard to believe that that's how they'd make a model out of wood. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What other tools do you have?
I have tinker's tools, weaver's tools, and mason's tools.
Almost
that's fine. I can figure something else out. It's fine. It was
like,
just a thought that occurred to me, so
yeah.
I thought I would ask it. Well,
I think I would have to say probably not on this.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So what, Fonelin, are you gonna do a big jeweler's tools on this? This is kind of your.
Yeah.
All right. So we got jeweler's tools. Reginald.
I'm going to hold on. Let me see the hero dice.
Look at if any of the hero dice could be effective for a thing like this. Oh, I guess I'd better pull up Mr. Glurk and see what the hell he's gonna try to do for you guys.
I'm gonna. Maybe I should use Arcana on the first check, and then try to use hero dice 10 to get the unlimited Arcana thing.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Here's the thing, Arcana's
did that last time, and it was nice.
Arcana was a real helpful thing last time, but it would certainly help this. Oh, I should also mention, and I could say this again when KJ gets back. DC on this, guys. This is an uncommon magic item you guys are crafting. The DC is 20. Not hard to do this.
Huh.
Every 5 above that you go is going to make the... So, like, I would try to go crazy on this. Every 5 above that you go is going to make replication that much easier. We can't really add more things to it. It's only an uncommon item. Like, we can't, like, you know, like, if you... It's not like you roll a 50...
We can make it very efficient.
Yes, you can. What you're doing here is not so much. You guys could, each one of you could craft something to do this in your sleep. What you're trying to do is make it in such a way that your newly hired crew, in the ancillary workshop, can just churn these out.
Yes, I'll do that. I'll do
You'll
Arcana.
All right,
dice.
I love it. Okay. All right, Will.
Probably Smith's tools, right? Does that apply to this, or?
I would allow Smith's tools because there's some metal, yes. Also, if Fonolin wants this to have a wood setting, I then would say no Smith's tools, and I would allow Asheen to do a wood carving if you want these to be set in wood, Fonolin. However, plot twist. Any tools used in this round, the people building them must have proficiency in. So you'll have to hire people who have jeweler's tools for Fonolin. So whatever the setting you want it to be, whether it's Tinkers versus Smiths, you'll need to hire a person who can do that.
Have any other jewelers?
We'd have to hire. We'd hire them as part of this expansion.
You're hiring new people as part of the expansion, no matter what, because what this game needs is more NPCs.
Because this gets us 3 more.
You're gonna get 3 more people, yeah.
For what we're doing, like, what do we already have so that we would know what we need to hire?
So your jeweler's tool, so you'll need a jeweler.
But do we already have a jeweler?
No.
You have people with jeweler's tools experience in your other stuff, yes, but they're not.
We don't have specialists.
Anyone we don't hire won't be available to us, like when we have to do our weekly things.
Even if we like. One of your people actually is a very good jeweler, so you might move him to do this job. Yeah. But then you'll hire a new person to take his place in the normal workshop. Is the idea? Yeah. So, but in answer to that, that's a good point. Your people. Yes, you have someone who is a very, very, very good jewelry maker. That is. Where is that dude? There he is.
Masonry and jewelry.
Yeah.
Cherish?
Yeah. Cherish the tiefling. Very good at jewelry.
Okay. So we'll need at least one more then.
Yeah. So you could have Cherish move over there, or you could hire a new jeweler. Either way is fine. So that's jeweler this, but. Good.
I would assume with a brooch you want something that doesn't rot, so
probably not wood. Yeah.
So probably Smiths or
Tinkers, or you could do both. You could do Smiths to have a nice metal thing, and Tinkers to have just sort of done it nicely in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel like it should be metal. I feel like we should be doing something with like a silver setting or something.
Okay. So yeah, you can do. So Will, you can do your Smith's tools. Asheen, do you want to do Tinker's tools or you want to do a skill?
I have a weird thing to ask you.
Well, that doesn't sound in character for you, Pierce.
Given that this is about creating the plan in which our employees will then execute the design.
Yes.
And the closest thing we have to an explain in this game is persuasion. Could I do persuasion? As part of, like, basically, because we don't have explain.
Yeah.
Unless you have another thing that would be like you think is explain, but it's basically like just creating the instructions.
That definitely sounds like a social skill we would need
to
use.
Okay, yeah, making it clear. I'll allow persuasion, sure. Or perform, yeah. I honestly, are those equivalent for you, or is persuasion better than performance?
Persuasion is better.
You can do a persuasion,
close,
that's fine. You can do a persuasion, that's fine.
Equivalent for Fonolin, I just want that on record.
Understood. So, Will, do you have Tinker's tools, by the way?
With what?
Will, do you have Tinker's tools, or you just have Smith's tools?
I'm looking right now.
Cool.
I do have Tinker's tools.
Actually, you know what? Mr. Glurk has tinkers, so if you wanted to do smiths, he could do tinkers.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So, well, let's get those rolls going.
All right.
Um,
Since we meditated, thanks to
Yeah.
Fondlin, it's at advantage.
it is an advantage. Yes, Fondlin. Always bringing it in. Ooh, and I gotta get my calculator ready to type.
And
Okay.
I'm using my D10 hero dice to try to fish for that unlimited arcana.
Oh, okay. Great. So yeah, roll the d10. Let's see what you got.
Right now? Before the...
Oh, sure. You could do it after. That's fine. Yeah. So, in other words, don't spend it on this roll. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, and I will at this moment give you all my bardic inspiration, so I don't forget about it.
Perfect. All right. So
Oh,
he's
before making a D20, you may roll a D10. Okay, so it's before. I see.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. That's
I did not get the 10, so no unlimited arcanas this time around.
Are you guys approaching this as like, do you want to roll super high on this one or on the next one? DC for the next one will be a little higher, but it probably won't be like insane, you know.
I
Like-
think this one we're pretty okay. I feel like.
Do you want Mr. Glurk to Mr. Glurk is currently at a 28. You want him to bump it up at all? Should he
I
throw
think you should try to get to a 30.
get to a 30?
1 or 2 die, yeah.
Aim for a 30. I'm going to have him
Or like
roll
a D6 on there or something.
I'm going to have his roll his D6. It's a 5, he's at a 33. Love it. Okay. All right. Anybody else?
I've got a 29, so I'm going to use my D4 to get to at least a 30. 33.
Okay.
Wait. Oh wait, no, never mind. I didn't spend it to get it.
Uh-oh.
Are you going for the same thing that I am, Jeremy?
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Wowzers.
Disgusting.
I rolled
Oh,
a 2
boy.
and a 5.
I'll
Oof.
throw my other D20 on this, I guess.
You've also got my D10.
Oh, you have the D10. You both add the D10s automatically.
You have the.
And Reginald, yeah, you get the Bardic Inspiration D10, and you can do your, you can also do your.
The bardic inspiration can only be used on a failure, right?
But that's a failure. Oh, it's not a failure.
My arcana's high
Because it's a
enough
plus
where I
15,
still
so it's not a
succeed.
failure. Yep. So you're at a 20. So now you're like, you have to spend dice
20
to get it
plus
higher.
24. I already did my D10.
Will, did you also add your guidance?
Oh, that's true.
And Fonlin, how'd you do?
Didn't do anything.
Copy. So yeah, you got advantage and guidance, and you got a plus 10.
I'm gonna add the D10 on.
I'll add my D12
Oh,
to
yeah,
try to
that
get it
was
to
on- that was
30.
9, so
Okay.
22.
24.
I'm gonna add my D20 onto this because this is a really bad roll.
Sure, I get
I'm
it.
gonna pray. You don't get to roll the hero dice at advantage, right?
No.
This is for the tinkers, for my jewelry roll,
This is
right?
for his jewelry. Yeah, do you want to throw something on with the D20 in case you roll a 1? Or you've already
didn't-
rolled and you're fine?
I didn't roll. No, I mean, I thought you could throw something on after.
You can. I'm sorry, I was talking to Jeremy. Yes?
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna throw shit on.
What did you get to, Jeremy?
35.
Okay, and that was with expending your D20.
Yes, I got a 13 on the D20, which brought me to 35.
Okay. And Reginald, what did you end at?
I added my D12 on top of it, which was a 12, so that ends up at 36.
Okay. Fonlin, how are you?
Not great.
I'm sorry.
Trying to figure out the best to roll here. No, not that. Doing a D6 and a. Nope, that's stupid. A 4 and a 6.
4 and a 6. Did you roll 2 1s?
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah, I
sorry.
did. Oh, no.
I'm so sorry.
I don't like this game.
I apologize. What's your total?
And you want me to add it up?
You can also tell me the numbers and I'll add for you. Either way, it's fine by me.
I mean, no, there's only one, so it might be easy. 14 plus
10.
my ticket. Yeah.
Okay, 24. All right.
Can't even rent a car.
Have you used your D12 yet, Fonlin?
No.
If you'd like to, you could give that to the staff as they assist you in this process. Actually, would they, or would this only be the partners designing this? Do you think you'd, or are they only working on the other side? Right.
it's a co-op.
Tell you what. Equals this. Actually, right now your total is 32. That's your average for just the 5 of you.
Which is 2 levels above the minimum that we need.
It's
to
2
do.
levels above the minimum. You've got to a 30. So a 30 is a good thing where it is. You've got this into a place where, like, provided they're not idiots, your crafters you hire should be able to do this. All right. So Faunolin, you're probably Faunolin. You're probably sort of distracted by the weird nature of trying to do this. So this probably, like, confuses you a bit, but nevertheless,
Orbing the crystal's energy,
yeah, the crystals are like these amethyst. It's probably Faunolin that it's like you can design this no problem. It's hard to design this thinking about, like, taking into account how every other person will treat the stones. You know what I mean? Nevertheless, you guys in aggregate, between your Tinker's tools,
Struggling to explain stone vibe to the people.
Honestly, that's probably what it is. I mean, and you're still doing it. You're over 20, but that's why it actually is good that Ashin can help explain the stone vibe.
I would like the idea that, like, it's a dwarf that knows stone cutting. Like, no, you don't understand. You understand.
No. The point is, you guys get it. So you have succeeded at designing a very good version of this. So congratulations. It is 2 levels over the target of 20. So you've got it, you're ready to go. And you're confident that provided you hire pretty, competent people, they're going to be able to recreate this at a decent speed, and you'll have plenty of these before too long. So it is designed. It has a sturdy metal base, probably more so than you thought. There is some smithing involved. And it has some good tinkering. It's all nicely set in. It has a beautiful amethyst worked well in the middle of it. Anybody have an idea for what you will call this? What will be the name of the MEI signature piece?
So it's defense against psychics.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could also just keep, like, brooch of mind shielding, because it's almost what a brooch of shielding normally, right?
I'm fine with that.
Brooch of mind shielding.
I mean, I feel like
The
the last
brooch of
thing we
MEI
really
shielding.
named was the penetrator, so I'm fine. with,
Or would you
brooch of good brain?
Or would you want to say, like, I mean, Faunolin, this would probably be on your brand. Would it be like brooch of body and mind, because it protects your body and your mind?
Oh, that's cool.
Like mind and body or something.
I'm
I
really
like that.
clever for thinking of that. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
MEI presents, like, the mind and body brooch.
Or the mind body
Yeah.
brooch. I like
Mind
the
body brooch. Okay. All right.
Mind body brooch sounds like a weird, like, 80s fitness video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what
Body
REI calls its
Yeah.
homegrown
I think they just call it.
equipment stuff,
they
just co-op
They
stuff.
just call it go.
It's the co-op cycle.
Well then, the mind body brooch is a beautiful item, and now, as they're clearing stuff out, we'll get to how well they can clear stuff out, but you do have 2 people helping, which is good. Now I'm going to do, as I often do, I am going to allow Flynar to roll before we make our roll as you craft your item for Masquerade. Flynar gets to roll at advantage. I am giving Flynar a D4 because this is his area of passion, since
Okay.
he just absolutely loves these things. Would anyone here like to expend their D12 to give him a huge bonus to this roll? Okay, go for it, Ashin.
I feel like it.
What'd you roll?
I was like, that teetered on greatness. A 4.
A 4. Okay, so it's 4 plus 5 is 9. So he gets a plus 9 bonus to this roll. On top of his already... It's a plus 18 because he also has plus 9. So, plus 18 with the D4 thing. That is pretty good. So he gets a 3 on the D4. That gets him to a plus 21. And then he rolls a 14, so that is a 35. With a 35, because of his obsession... Because of his bizarre obsession with spy novels and stuff, and thus his understanding That will
Kinda
be
like-
30, 35. You got to a 35.
Yeah.
I'm going to give that 3 shifts. Okay, Jay and Ka, you guys were not here for this shift thing. This isn't always available, but in this case, we're going 3 shifts because that's 3 over 20. So at 25 it was 1, at 30 it was 2, at 35 he's getting 3. Your target values are all reduced by 3. So you are no longer shooting for 10s and 5s, you're shooting for 7s and 2s. Everything's shifting down. This proved critical last week in the crafting of the helm. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
that means your target of 30 now becomes a 27. But the higher you go, the more just effective and kind of clever this is, and also, Asheen, the most importantly to you, they won't have any, they can't copy your crafting skills. She can't copy how good of crafters you are. So, who would like to use what? Reginald, go ahead and roll that D10 to try to get Arcana back in the mix.
No, I already used it on the first one to try to get the Infinite Arcanas.
Oh, you rolled it and didn't roll a 10?
Mm-mm.
Understood.
So no Infinite Arcanas.
All right, well, you know what?
Unless one of us just attempts it.
Your good friend, Mr. Glurk, because he also has a plus 15 to Arcana, he's going to try it.
Okay.
This means he actually will be able to use Arcana by expending this right now. Oh, wait, Did you expend it, Reginald?
Yeah.
Well, you can use Arcana this round.
Oh.
Because expending it lets you use it one more time. If you roll 10, everyone can use it.
Oh,
That being
okay.
said, he would like to use it too, so he's going to try it as well.
Sure.
He rolls a 5, so he doesn't get it, but he will also be using Arcana on this very because this is the one where you need some theoretical stuff. So we have 2
Sure.
people rolling Arcana. Remember, this is one where divination's important. Asheen, earlier you used a Charisma one. This is one where Charisma might also make sense again, as you think.
I was gonna ask about basically. I mean, because excuse me.
Sure.
I'm just looking at sort of like spells I know, and we've talked about this between between polymorph and I think to a lesser extent legend lore about understanding origins.
Legend lore would be more useful, I think, based on what Reginald and Faudelin proposed. Polymorph is less useful because she's got the changing. What you need is the other stuff, is the knowledge, is the understanding. So I think legend lore is a great idea to put into it.
Okay. And basically, so the idea of that then is am I just using my spell attack roll?
Absolutely, your
basically, for that?
spell roll modifier for sure. Okay, so we have 2 Arcanas, 1 spell thing. Will, what do you want to do for this?
What about insight to understand the target?
Yes, what about insight? Fuck yeah, what about insight? So you'll throw insight. Faudelin, what do you think?
Not a whole lot.
Oh, well, I mean,
Faudelin's got plenty of thoughts.
also, Faudelin, what tools can you use, by the way? Because we need at least, we do
need to
need
imbue
one
something
tool.
with
It
it.
has, somebody has to build it.
I don't recall us discussing what it is going to be. but
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah, we
have-
never.
No
talked
one's
about
talked
what-
about it. What tools do you got?
I have alchemists, cooks, glassblowers, herbalism, jewelers, tinkers.
I mean,
Jewelers seems
make her give her a ring. It's fine. It could be jewelers or
Oh, yeah.
glass blowers. You could give her a like a
But I use
Like
jewelers
a-
in the left if I have to use
Like a
them, can't I?
pipe?
oh no.
Like a
You can use jewelers again because it's a new round. You can only use it once per round for the tools. The skills you can only use once the whole time.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, so I was thinking. My initial idiot thought was to do a pen like in Sailor Moon and make her Sailor Moon transform. But
Sure.
then, no, because that takes too long and she could do it so much faster.
Yeah.
But
I don't think she actually has to do the Sailor Moon thing, but you can make
no,
it a pin.
but then the item would make her do that, and it's like, what's the point?
Sure.
I was also just thinking.
Well, I always feel like that stuff takes place out of time. I feel like when the Power Rangers transform, that's out of time.
Yeah, but that's not what I would make.
Yeah.
But I was also kind of thinking of just I don't know, a mirror or some kind.
Mirror, that would be Tinker's tools. Yeah,
Okay.
like a compact mirror she can use and
Or something, yeah.
yeah, by holding that gives
Which
her
is
the thing.
also in Sailor Moon.
There's
I'm
also a
just gonna
Sailor
throw
Moon
that out there.
transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, give her a mirror. Yeah, give her a mirror of. A mirror is great because it's like you're reflecting everything. It's like the mirror of
Yeah.
full reflection. Okay, so yeah, Faudelin, make a Tinker's Tools roll for you. That is a plus. What's your dexterity?
14.
14. So that's either you could do +7 or you could use your int. Either way is fine.
We're all smart people.
+7 or +10. Either way is fine. All right. So
Okay.
You
Well,
guys-
I'm gonna do the 10.
okay, roll at advantage. Faunolin, Will, and Sheen, don't forget your
And guidance, right?
to guide yourselves. Yeah, to give yourselves your guidance. You were
We
shooting for a
only have-
27.
Do we have one round or do we have another round?
Only one round. Smoke him if you got him.
Use the rest of my die
Can
on
I-
this too.
Why not?
Can I ask what are Masquerade's color? What's her color profile?
I don't know. My instinct is black, white, and red.
Okay. It's just determining which dice I'm rolling.
Oh, I love it. I would think that. Okay, so I'm gonna roll an Arcana for our dear friend Mr. Glurk. Reginald, I know you're doing one for yourself as well. Mr. Glurk.
If I never see a 1 again, it'll be too soon.
Just think of 26. Oh, amazing! Mr. Glurk has, in fact, Mr. Glurk just rolled a 26, which in this case is great. He can use the D10 for machine, which gets him to a he rolls a 6 on that, so that gets him to a 32. He is not going to expend his D12. He's going to give that to the people this round, but he's going to roll everything else that he's got
Mhm. All right.
on this. So he's at a 32 plus. Mr. Glurk has rolled a natural 20.
Oh, fantastic.
So he is now at a 52 plus a 1 on the D4, 53 plus a 5, 58. He got to 60 because of the
Well
3
done.
shift.
Then we only need 50.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, it could've
So
been
my
7.
rolls 3 and 4 on the D20.
Oh, buddy. Okay.
But that's good because plus 15, that's only 19, which means I can use
Use your
the D10.
own D10
inspiration,
first.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Use the D10
No,
for the, yeah.
they both have the same rules.
Both
so
have the
I'm
same
gonna
rules.
use
Okay, yeah, go
external
for it.
one,
Yeah.
Which is a 3, which is 1922, which is still a
22.
failure.
Yeah, but you
So
can
now
you
it's my
can choose to
Indomitable.
keep it. So you're at 22. Use your own Indomitable.
Uh-huh.
What do we
Which
got?
is my second win, that is. So
Yep.
D10 plus 9. So
31.
31. And everything on top of that.
Perfect. Throw it all on. We love it.
Ooh.
Are there no more rolls after this, or
Well, there are some roles for NPCs. We'll have some roles, but they're
but like we can use our hero dice.
if the only hero die you may want to keep back is a D12 in case you want to give like Udamata or Marya like a big bonus and they are coordinating the building of the place for you. All right. Reginald,
Wow.
how'd you do, buddy?
My hero dice pulled through 15 on the D20, 5 on the D8, 6 on the D6, 4 on the
26.
D4.
That's
So
30
that's
extra,
total.
getting you to
So 31. So 61. 61.
61. All right. Man, you guys are really going all out for this lady. I thought you would have done this in reverse. I thought you would have spent them for your long-term project board.
No, the bespoke stuff always has to be great.
I get what you're saying. Will, how'd you do?
47.
47. Beautiful. Asheen?
Much like Glurk, I also rolled 20. Unlike Glurk, it took the D20, the 8, and the 10, and the 2, and the 6 to get to 20.
Okay.
Oh, man.
But all total 50.
Okay. Pretty good. Asheen with a that was on just spell casting.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
The legend lore spellcasting kind of thing.
Faunolin, how'd you do?
53.
53. Excellent. All right.
We have pride in
With
what
a
we do.
1.
With a 1 on your D20?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay. All right.
My
That would be
D10.
insane.
Now, Mr. Glurk is using his last die, his D12. Oh, that was a heartbreaker. He did not roll a 12. He rolled a 1, so it's a +6 to what they have. But they're going to roll this. That's a natural 20, so +6. Okay, so they get to a, that gets them to a 9 plus 6 is, so they're at a 35. And, I have their dice to use for like the other stuff they're up to, but do you want me to reserve some of them for other rules? Should I basically they have a whole set of just like they can't spend them, but Your staff, you want them to use a few hero dice on this. They're currently at a 35. Let's throw their D20 on and see what happens.
Sure. Let's see.
I'm going to throw their D20 and their D6. And then leave the rest for any other
Sounds
people
fine.
we need. Nice. That is a 19 plus a 5. So 24 plus 35 is 59.
Yep.
Not so shabby. Okay.
No.
All right, gang. Well, let's see what our AVG is on that. 8 plus 61 plus 47 plus 50.
We're using spell
53.
schools like spices here.
Exactly.
Divination.
You have gotten to a 55,
Hey.
which counts as a 55. If only you'd gotten a couple more, it would have been counted as a 60 and a 57. But 55 is still good. So, with that, you have crafted for her. So a 55. Okay. The main thing you've done by going, 5 degrees of success over, well, 2 major ones and plus 1 extra, is that this is not going to be an item that has charges or that has limited stuff. Basically, just like it will create, probably, I'll say with 3, it will cap it at like the equivalent of a 5th level spell. So like whatever it is she's copying will be the equivalent of like a 5th level spell. She won't be able to copy someone's,
She won't copy a deity with
she
it.
won't copy a deity with it, but she can copy what they could do up to that level. So like she can't copy like massive 9th level abilities, but she can copy like a good bit of, smiting or whatever.
Right.
Of what do you want to call it? Mirror of power.
Mirror of perfect reflection.
Mirror of perfect reflection. That's fun.
Or mirror of imperfect reflection.
Because
Sounds
it
like a good
literally
selling
can't
point.
do a perfect reflection.
Mirror of
Mirror of close enough reflection.
mirror of close enough reflection. Mirror of mimicking. Mirror of mimic.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
The most sincere form of flattery, mirror.
Mirror. How about the mirror of flattery? Because it's imitation. Yeah.
That.
Mirror of flattery. All right.
Sure,
So
mirror
congratulations, power
flattery
up
is
to a 5th level spell power or equivalent.
Moon prism power makeup.
I will say. No, at a 55. No, but I think it's actually fun. Maybe I'll even say it can go. Maybe I'll say it can go up to a 6th level spell. But she does. All she has to do is capture the creature within the reflection of the mirror. And then when she transforms, or is that too complicated?
No, that's
Oh,
good.
no.
Yeah,
That seems like
I
a
was gonna
reasonable
say we were gonna have
weakness.
to I was gonna think it was gonna be something like teleport, right? The more familiar, the more she has something from them, it gets better. So
Oh,
that seems very fair.
let's
That
also
makes-
throw
that
that,
makes
or unless she already, unless she is already super familiar and has
But
seen them in the mirror before.
Yeah.
Yeah, equivalent. Okay, perfect. I like that. Yeah, go ahead.
How about it stores, they point it at one creature and that is what is reflected and will be reflected whenever she transforms or whatever.
Oh, so she has to reset it to different things.
One
But
at a time.
I do like the idea of Ashin saying though, if you once you learn it's of one you know well, you don't have to
Like a
point it.
Pokedex
Yeah,
type
kind of
thing?
like Pokedex. Were you about to say something, Fonelin?
No.
No. Okay. Cool. Well. Okay.
Like Animorphs, once you acquire it, it lives within your DNA.
Animorphs. All right. So who were our friends who we did Bastions? Flynar we already roll for. Oh, I'm gonna roll for Riva. Should I even ask about? Does anyone have a D12 left, or did you guys burn everything?
I burned it all.
All right, Riva,
gave it to Flynar,
Riva,
so.
my dear. Riva does a good job spreading rumors about Riva basically spreads a rumor that the mystery mage, got the first mind body brooch.
Excellent.
And not only that, a lot of people claim to have seen him with it. Because they're just fucking idiots.
It's a mystery mage. Every single mage could be the mystery mage. Who
Yeah.
knows?
All right. Next up, I am going to roll for... all I have left are Maria and Udamata. I'm rolling for Udamata first. You're kind of giving yourself some redundancy because they're both there, so you don't need both. Like, if they both roll high, things will go great, but just one of them succeeding will be good. Okay,
Still have a
Udamata.
D12 to give away.
Udamata, what's that?
I still have my D12 to give away. but
Oh!
I'm gonna use it on one of these.
Who would you like to use it on? Udamata or Maria?
Go with Udamata.
Udamata, please
Yeah.
roll it.
Vote for my choice versus Glurk's choice.
11.
11. Great. So that gives her a plus 17. So that's plus 17 plus she rolled a 14. So that gives her a 31 plus a... Okay, so Udamata... that's a... Wait. You gave a plus 17 to... She has a plus 9. That's a 40.
That's not bad.
Okay,
Pretty
so
good.
the good news is that this thing, which you have done a good job of kind of, crafting in such a way it can be done, but she sets the place up great. Now let's see how bad Maria screws it all up for her.
Okay, rude.
Well, Maria won't actually screw it up, just more how difficult Maria will make it on the people by messing with them the whole time. All right, Maria has rolled a natural 20, and I am throwing all the remaining dice for your staff onto this. 9 plus 7 is 16, plus 3 is 19, plus another 9 is 28. So that gets to 48, plus her
48,
9
okay.
is 57.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So I'm imagining Udamata sets up everything in just what she thinks is perfect, and Maria moves it just one little bit more.
I will...
Okay.
Yes, exactly. I will say basically, Udamata, it is... The place is set up beautifully. Oh, actually, Fondlin, this probably goes to you. In hindsight, having one of your sort of gardener friends there is probably a really good idea, because she really makes sure it has the right kind of like, like nature energy, kind of like witchy, like, like goop vibe kind of vibe. Yeah, so,
Goop.
well, not goop, but wellness.
Some vagina scented candles.
Well,
Oh, man.
obviously, that's all they sell in East, because it's a wonderful place. So, yes, Maria, basically, Udamata gets things perfectly efficient, but Maria makes sure that it is a place where, like, Maria gives all the touches Udamata wouldn't know about, kind of like making jewelry in the right way. Also gives it its own little kind of like meditation corner, She makes sure that there's like spaces for nursing, because that's a big thing at companies. So, in other words, they do a great job.
Right.
And with that, you guys, tell you what, first we'll have Masquerade show back up. And she will say, all right, so, well, I'm really excited to see what you guys built for me, because the Hoboken Witch, I mean, she was just so happy with that broom you gave her.
Right.
Also,
Okay. All right,
she's
Mr. Mage.
also we didn't tell you guys. Did she tell you that she's dating she hooked up with her like main guy? Oh, and she can be young and hot now, but sometimes she goes all over the place now. It's crazy. She's always like
I
jumping
did
all the
not
time.
know.
That's what we designed it to do.
Perfect. Well, yeah, she's really got her guy now. It's pretty crazy. She's
Oh, good for her.
yeah. I don't like when I hear them like having kind of like charged conversations.
Oh, okay.
Really?
That honestly is less bothersome. It's more when they're it's more when they're like talking about like trying to pick where they're gonna eat, and it's turning into a conversation about something else, and like they're both saying every word. It's awful.
I'm
Why don't we show you what we built you?
Yeah. It sounds
Right.
great.
While you're here.
Yeah. But anyway, her broom out of hell. She's very happy. Oh yeah. What did you buy? Oh, what is it gonna be anyway? I didn't even ask or like tell you, because I just needed a thing. What do we got?
All right.
You also didn't ask what the masked mage wanted.
The mystery mage. Yeah.
Well, he never showed up.
that was
He never showed up.
no.
for
I
that,
showed up.
so-
It was
Yeah. No, I know you showed up, but the mystery mage didn't.
Oh,
so...
do you have something called a mind body brooch, by the way?
Yeah, the masked mage got the first one.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
because I didn't. The mystery mage, you mean?
Well, you're masquerade.
No,
I'm
the
Masquerade.
Uh-huh.
No, she turns back into the mystery mage. No, I'm the mystery mage.
Oh, come on, Masquerade.
Thank you, Faudelin. Yeah.
We know you're already Masquerade. You can't fool us.
No,
by
I'm not trying to
shaping
fool you.
someone
I'm saying
else.
this person doesn't
on.
exist outside of. Okay.
Come on.
All right.
Yeah, but
Nice
we also
try,
yes,
nice
but
try.
you can absolutely buy a brooch if you want.
I don't want a brooch. I'm just wondering why everyone's asking me if I already have one, when I'm him.
Why would they ask you? You're not him.
No, but they ask. She turns back into the mystery mage.
Well,
They
'cause he
ask
got
me.
one. Yeah.
Thank you, Faudelin. Right. What? I got one, but I don't have one.
Oh, well, they're over here in the shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you would like one, you could purchase one.
You want a demo one?
Okay, what did you... Hi, Masquerade again. You know, the one
Hi,
you actually
Masquerade.
are hired, the one who's actually
Right.
paying you. What do you have for me?
All right.
A mirror.
We've got this. What was it called? The mirror. Yes.
The Mirror of Flattery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because imitation is the sincerest form of. I like it.
I just thought it would make you look good. It has the right curviness to get you the right shape.
Am I the wrong shape?
I don't know. You can change your shape. I don't know.
That's
what
true.
you-
I
It's
really
not one
can.
of those extra magnifying ones that lets you see every single pore and is really upsetting.
Oh, those are very upsetting. They shouldn't make
Yeah.
those. Those are basically a hate crime. What does it do? It seems really cool.
Well, why don't you point out something you want to change into?
Ooh. It's like kind of like does a as she activates.
Which one of us does she point it at?
She doesn't.
see.
She points it at I don't know. You said something you would have changed into. I'll see which. Actually, I'll roll for it. I'll see what it is.
She points it at Lustra.
Sure. She points into Lustra and turns into Lustra, But then she like creates some light from her hand, goes, "Oh, this is wonderful." And Lustra goes, "I'm not gonna lie. I'm not into this."
Lustra.
Last
Wow.
I think,
You would have
last I
anyone
think
in charge of
we just
HR
gotta,
here.
you just gotta
Wait,
go break one off, Luster. Really,
is it
It's
is
really
it
becoming
possible to have
really
an
becoming
HR?
a problem with your work.
Is it possible to have HR complain against yourself? Because that's what Lustra is heading right now.
Lustra's like,
She
"Oh,
filed them very specifically
Which
into
is
an
the watchman.
incinerarator.
Lustra's like,
the complaint
Lustra's
file
like,
is just her employment.
yeah, no, it's actually fine. I'm in charge of HR, and I'm deeming all of this fine." But then basically she turns and then goes, "Wow. Okay, so it's basically like reflecting their power as well as their. Okay, that's really cool." And if you sort of explain more of its features, she'll say, "Oh yeah, this is cool. Okay." And I bet I can find ways of like capturing people's reflections, just like subtly, if I need to.
We won't endorse any crimes here, but
Oh, it's not for crimes. It's usually for superheroing. Usually. I winked.
What's the name of your superhero group again?
Rumor Inc. One of us is a Yeti.
what's the
Well,
Yeti?
that's
I'd like to
nice.
meet them.
Well, I can have. Susan would probably love to come and buy something. I mean, the Hoboken Witch was talking about this. I was just the only person who was like, "There's a thing I need." So
Alright.
Susan's also magic, yeah. So she might. Do you have anything for a Yeti?
I mean,
Not yet.
we got mind body brooches,
She is into mind body stuff. She does.
but
not.
also anything that she could need, we could make.
Right?
As you've
We
seen.
service
Well-
your needs here at MEI.
Well, that sounds.
Not according to Luster.
I'd phrase that differently, and Lester goes, "All right, everyone.
I wouldn't.
Let's all just turn away from the darkness." But she'll say, "Well, thank you so much." She'll offer the payment. And Lester takes and says, "Perfect, wonderful," and just kind of nods to you all. And Masquerade will leave.
Actually,
Oh wait,
Maybe?
Yeah, go
There
ahead.
you
Don't
go.
you want to try at least the brooch of mind and body?
The mind body brooch.
Yeah, try it out.
Okay. Well,
Demo.
demo. What do you mean demo? Like you want me to wear it as the
Am I-
mystery mage so I can make
hold
your
on.
lie
Does
real?
anyone have any sort of psychic damage that does exactly one? Such as resistance to
that is
zero.
literally what Vicious Mockery is. It's psychic damage. Although I think at this level it's 3d4. So.
Can you make it
purposely
only a
downpower your
1?
cantrip? Yeah.
Can you choose to only do 1 damage with it?
It's D6s now.
What if it's like
Whoa.
like a very minor insult?
Yeah. She'll put on the mind body brooch and be like, okay. And then you're gonna insult her, Ashin?
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like you could have a little more showmanship with your transformations.
Okay.
Especially the and maybe stop impersonating the mysterious mage. I don't think that's really gonna go well.
I'm not impersonating. She rolls a 1, so she fails, so she'll take it, but she will only take half thanks to the thing. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage. That's fine.
It's 7, so she takes what?
3.
4? 3?
Yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, that's interesting. I think she was less hurt by you saying the stuff and more just irritated that you guys don't fucking understand what's going on. It's really upsetting her. She was less insulted and
The
more
actual
irritated.
vicious mockery
Yeah, but the
was the, like,
yeah, the vicious mockery was your own misapprehension.
Make sure to tell the masked mage to come back and we can finish it.
He's not masked. My name's Mask. Okay. She'll go, okay, and she'll say, Fonolin. And then she says, actually, hold on. She turns into Floralin and says, Fonolin, it's Floralin. There is no...
You're masquerade.
Okay. Okay, so, turns into the mystery mage. Who am I now? Who am I now?
Masquerade.
Right.
Masquerade.
There is
Yeah.
no
Just
mystery
home.
mage. I'm just masquerade.
No, he was here
No, he
earlier
was.
and
We had an appointment. He
You
just
need
No,
to tell
I
him.
turned into...
But
How,
then-
how much is the brooch?
So Luster
Okay.
Luster is the best at her job. There's no world in which Luster would possibly double book someone for 2 appointments.
Lester says, actually, in this case, I did make a mistake because I didn't
Luster,
understand.
no, Luster, you don't have to cover for the customer's misunderstanding.
I
No, you're very good, and we know that what happened is that the mage just never showed up, and that's fine. That happens sometimes. You can blame yourself.
It happens all the time.
perhaps we should put him on a no-show list.
she buys a brooch, which actually means that technically, on some level, the mystery mage was the first customer.
What are you talking about? Masquerade's the one who bought the brooch.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then she just says, okay, thanks guys, I'm going back to Earth
But
because,
she never does a fake listing again.
boy, this was...
Identity theft
Well,
is a serious thing.
what was so upsetting to her is she did the fake listing and basically she's been trying to come here for literally weeks as seen by the options of the voting.
Well, yeah.
The week that she's chosen to was the week she gave up, and basically the week she got that email, she was like, I'm going to create a new account and try to do it. And then she first got the one for the new account and was like, okay, and then she got one for her old and was like, fuck, what's wrong with this?
Once we knew that there was a white man, we shot him to the front of the list, you know?
Oh no.
The Marston eyes. All right, so in any case, she heads out, shaking her head.
SMH, my head.
She'll, luster upstairs after her very wistfully. But at this point, Utamata and,
I've always thought it was... I've thought the entire time I've thought your name was like a shine in a stone. It's the wrong kind of luster. I've been misunderstood.
no, it
After
definitely is a
Masquerade.
shine.
After Masquerade leaves, do you suppose it's possible that Masquerade and the Masked Wizard are the same person?
Oh, you really didn't understand. I thought we were all just doing a thing to mess with her because she tried to mess with us.
Oh, dear.
Mess with who?
Huh?
Oh, look,
No, the mystery mage walked out.
Maria shows up and says, guys, I got bad news. Utamata and I really screwed up, and that stable is burned down.
What?
Just kidding. It is burned up. if by burned up you mean it has been having a serious glow up. Just kidding, it was a kind of whimsical glow up. It's kind of just fun out there now. Just kidding, it's not too fun. It's a workplace. Just kidding, it's a whole person place. Just kidding, you're not supposed to take your holes out there. Just kidding, there is a bathroom where you can for, certain purposes or whatever you want. Just kidding, don't do whatever you want in there. Like, don't do drugs. Just kidding, I'm fine with drugs. They're fine with me. No, we did a great job. We did it amazing. And I didn't get burned by the sun one time. Or did I?
Just a quick wait.
What?
Do
Yes?
you actually work here? I just feel like you sort of hang out, but you actually do stuff here.
You know what? When you love what you do, it's not even work. Actually, it is work, even if you get paid for it. I don't get paid though. Oh wait, no, that's Velix. I get paid, but Velix genuinely doesn't. Actually, she does now. That was kind of the whole fun of it. She was like bound to this place, and now she's paid, and she thinks that's kind of cute. I've been getting paid the whole time. Well, not the whole time. Like, not if I go on vacation. No, I have paid vacation. That's a joke. Yeah, it looks great though. You guys want to come check it out?
Sure, yeah,
Let's check it out.
Yes.
This is our.
Sure.
You want to check it in? Would you rather check it in? You want to check it in?
Don't know what we're doing. Just lead the way.
Okay. I'm not going to lead. I'm going to let you lead. You know where it is. That would be silly for me to lead. I'll lead. I'm just kidding. I can do it.
Do you just want to meditate then?
Meditate?
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Let's meditate. Should we do like a guided meditation real quick? Fonlin, will you give us one?
Okay.
Okay, great. Actually, we're going to the place now. This is all a joke. Okay, cool. I don't care what you guys are up to. She walks out. Meanwhile, Udamata is just standing, putting some last finishing touches. Udamata turns and says,
Oh.
I have come to the conclusion that Maria's additional embellishments may actually increase productivity, despite their seeming aesthetic meaninglessness. And Maria goes, Udamata and we're best friends now. That's a joke. She doesn't have friends. No, she has friends, just clearly we're not, because we're too mismatched. That's why we're going to fall in love, aren't we, Udamata? I am incapable of love. So that's why...
Oh, I can see it happening. Yes.
Can't you see it happening?
The fan fiction is already writing itself.
The fan fiction's writing itself. I'm writing it. It's a self-insert. I'm going to insert myself, if you know what I mean. Just kidding.
Oh.
Come on.
It's
Udamata.
not that type of workplace. No,
Udamata,
no,
you love
you
me.
are not.
Isn't it? No, based on the stuff Luster gets away with. I'm kidding. Luster's an angel. Angel is sheets, if you know what I mean. Sheets angel? Anybody? Anybody want to go get a sheets angel? It's a new dessert here in town. Is it? I don't know. I don't leave. I don't eat food. I just drink the blood of a little flower, don't I?
Where were you going to visit the facility, or?
You're at the
We're here.
facility, and and Udamata is saying, I have come to the conclusion that Maria loves to speak and confuse everyone, and if you simply
I'll say.
ignore her, your day goes much more smoothly. Maria goes, oh my god, Udamata, thank you so much. You know what? Despite you being an automaton, you were the most human of anyone here. Or like humanoid, you get what I'm saying. I genuinely don't, nor do I care to. Welcome to your workspace. And she sort of...
I'm literally the most human person here.
Maria goes, do you really think that? If you're so human, why isn't your dad Dracula? Come on.
That doesn't even...
Doesn't it? My dad's Dracula, did you know that?
Fujimoto, you had something to say about the location.
Anyway, here it is. She opens the doors, and you see a very... it's a very well-organized... Tons of amethysts ready to go. 3 great workstations with a couple of satellite stations. You could really see people making these brooches. There's also incredibly clear instructions for the brooches posted everywhere.
Uh-huh. We also have OSHA warnings, of course. around the
Absolutely.
smithy.
And Asha warnings about do not twerk too hard, that you fly into, that you enter hyperspace.
That's not an Asha warning. I feel.
Asha would
We don't
never
need to
warn
warn
that.
for
That's
Asha.
never
She
a
does.
warning that
No, the
Asha
Asha warning is, and apologies for speaking like Asha, you can't twerk like Asha. Asha twerk better than you. Don't try what Asha do.
It is dangerous to try.
Don't try it at home.
No, yeah. Don't try at home. Only Asha twerk like this.
Okay.
Come on, Scoo. With
I like that it would be written out.
Come on, Scoo. She just left the recording on, and it was printed. Maria comes up beside you, Fondlin, and says, so you like the way this looks?
Yes.
Cool. I thought, I don't know. I know it's kind of hard for you to like dumb things down for whatever people you hire to put these together, but I think they'll do a good job. Actually, I think they'll do a bad job, but it won't matter because you did such a good job putting it together that who cares what they do.
I really tried to explain the vibe of the amethyst, and I feel like it just wasn't coming across.
Oh my god. That is the most irritating thing I've ever heard. I can't believe the day you had. Let's go to the bonfire.
Okay.
Yeah, we need that so bad. Unamata, do you want to come to the bonfire with us? I see no purpose in that. We are going to fall in love, aren't we, Fonalyn? Oh my god,
Yeah,
we're going to have this whole thing. You know what's funny is she has no blood for me to drink.
Oh, you should definitely join us for our meditations and our bonfires. I think you'd actually really love it.
I have no need for such things.
I mean, neither do we. It's just fun.
I have no need for fun.
That's not true.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on. You're coming with us. Udamata, we're going to give you a makeover. What is a makeover? Well, we're going to replace all your plating with different plating. Just to see what it's like.
Oh, we could do like paints.
We can do paints. Please do not do paints. So they walk away.
As they're all walking away, I just want to look over at Will and Reginald and Mr. G, and sort of just like, I know that we're about to hire a few more employees here. I feel like maybe we should be a little more rigorous in our sort of evaluation process here on out.
Will's eyes unglaze a little bit now that they're out of the room. Oh, right, yes. I agree.
And Reginald's
Where
thinking.
am I? I blacked out for a few minutes.
Like maybe we should actually do some hiring. I feel like Luster hired everyone. I feel like maybe we should actually do some of the hiring this time around.
Many of your people worked at places with you, but yeah, it might make sense to do. Well, actually, maybe I'll... Well,
Should
we'll get to
have
that.
an episode where we hire people?
Well,
NPCs?
that's a good question. In fact, that's where we're gonna end tonight's session. Unless anybody has any last gimmicks. But well done. You completed all 3 tasks, even though there were only 2. You somehow completed all 3, and the mystery mage did get the first one, which I really like.
Are you sure?
No one is sure. Masquerade is sure that she appreciates what she got, but she was like, I wish you didn't tell me those people were fucking crazy. In any case,
What we need
and
is
then the Hoboken
actual
witch goes,
mystery mage to come in.
the Hoboken witch goes, but Synth Devil's fucking me crazy. So that is the thing I just said again. I say all sorts of stuff. The point is, everyone, at this time, they head off. The game is over. Thank you all for watching. I am wondering if... I'm going to actually ask players, because sometimes players deserve this. Do you guys want to hire people and or like promote people and hire new people to take those things to the... Or I don't know if you consider it a promotion, whatever. Basically, do you want to do staffing in our next session? Or would you rather have that be part of downtime?
Oh, interesting.
So,
Would you rather I write up some prospective staff people for the positions you need, and that's the downtime that we vote on?
I'm not going to read that.
Okay. Oh my god! Please let me do it. I want to write like a 2-sentence
Right.
cover letter for each of them explaining
Oh my
why
God.
they fit in the skills.
Oh, sure.
Like,
Yeah.
dear sirs and madams of MEI, my name is Dravith, and I am here to be someone who I know that I do not have much experience with smithing, but I do have a lot of experience with smithing, not from the main houses. And if you hire me, I will work extra hard, and I will work anywhere you need me, sirs and ma'ams.
wow.
Dravith is my name. I'm some kind of creature.
So far, it's the most dedicated employee we've got.
Yeah.
Like,
So where I'm coming at from this is, I think the only one of us who has the possibility of seeing this show is Amagi Brilliant Park. It would be Jeremy if you've seen it.
I've seen it. Rude.
You have? Sorry, I didn't know if you had seen it, but there's an episode where they try and hire someone for the park, right? That's a funny episode. So that's where I'm going at this. I want to be part of the hiring process
That
because
could
it's
be
a fun
really funny.
story.
I think it could be funny.
So you guys would. So
I mean, I effectively think that it will be just what we did with a lot of today.
okay.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
Where we were just talking with Marina, and where we're talking Luster, where we were talking with the Met. I feel like it's going to be a bunch of that, which seems like fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun. A
Well.
break from crafting and episode where we use our social skills.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. I do just want to be clear. If Lustra picked Maria,
Yeah.
Onolin would have made the same choice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Maria's a great employee. Did you not notice her 57 she got for you guys today?
Oh,
She did
yeah.
amazing.
Maria knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
I would say that Maria.
No, the only way these people get to behave the way they do is they must be fucking impeccable.
Yeah,
at what
exactly.
they
That's
do.
the opposite of a personality hire. That's what
What? You don't like my personality, really? I think you like it. I think you're into it. You're fine. Maybe you don't. Maybe you hate me. Maybe that's why you love me so much. They're the same. They're size of the same coin. I'm just kidding. They're two faces of the same cube. There's so many other emotions there. Will, you gotta look them all up. Will, you ever had an emotion? I know you have. I'm just kidding. Actually, I don't know. You might be totally emotionless. For all I know, you're one of those like autonomes. That's a thing. Did you know that, Will? There's actually autonomes. Did you know that's actually a thing? Have you read Spelljammer? That's a thing from there, Will. I'm just kidding. I know you've read it. Actually, I don't know that. I don't know anything. You're good. So, good times, everyone. We are off until Friday, and I'm actually going to say Friday is... I haven't even told the Friday people this. Friday's a question mark for me. I've got some travel this weekend, so I'm not 100% sure we'll be here for that game. If we are, it will be our next installment of the Arkham Preludes. We'll do part 2 of our 1925 situation. Otherwise, that'll be another week. Next Sunday, we are back with more Monster the Ravaging, which is really heating up, literally and figuratively, now that there's devils involved. You've seen helicopters, but have you seen a helicopter? And it's the 2L version, because it's hell.
We've also seen the hell.
Oh, also, you did see a helicopter. So join us for that on Sunday. A week from tonight, we may still craft something. There will still be a vote about crafting, but it'll probably be I'll pick smaller craft things so that we can focus on hiring.
What if?
What if they
What
vote
if
for
instead of-
candidates?
What if instead of it's us crafting something, it's the prospective employees crafting something on spec?
Oh shit, they gotta craft a thing. I'll
There's
think
no
if I
way
can.
we would
Oh,
let
God,
them
on spec.
craft for a client.
Yeah,
No,
we'll
no,
see. Yeah.
no, it's for us.
This is
Oh,
this
they
is
have
some,
to.
like,
They have to
yeah.
craft you. They have. It's like a lower deck situation. They have to craft you guys like items to show off what
This
they
is
can
some
do.
Google,
Yeah.
resume
Yeah.
thing, sort of thing.
Show me what you got.
This sort of thing for
You
us.
just, hey, you guys just, Zogo's gonna feed you a meal. Oops, you just put salt on without tasting it. You're out of the running.
God, it's testing for a
Business.
job all over again.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll do something with that. So, okay, but next week we'll be hiring. We'll be doing some fun. Go to our Discord to interact with us and vote for that situation. I'm not going to say every time it's a tie, we're going to do everything that's on the tie. I'm just going to say when it's an intentional tie, I don't know. Shenanigans may happen. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Check out the wiki to see all these games intersect. Follow any of these players who have stuff on social and do cool things there. Would anyone like to plug anything, mention anything, make any complaints to me personally about how I've wronged you? Now is the time.
I really feel like you shouldn't open it when it's up to that, when it's 9:50.
You know?
It's a long moment.
No, that's
a
the
whole, that's a whole hour.
that's the
May
only time.
14th,
there.
2021. No.
Is that when we went to the
I just-
Dreadlands, or
It's like
I am here to
Binder.
defend my record, friends.
KJ reaches down, grabs a binder that's like a foot thick.
yeah, and it's just
All
like
of
I'm
the
waiting for this
times
moment.
Philip has fucked me over.
I will. I will real quick pop in with my attempt at recommending a movie here is
Okay.
I think a funny movie about mistaken identity that I enjoy very much. That is called Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which is
I love that movie. Oh my god.
which is a very fun little like inversion of the horror slasher kind of hillbilly in the woods kind of thing with Alan Tudyk in one of the leads. It's a very fun movie if you haven't seen it, but I feel like that's sort of the right tone of the quote unquote mistaken identity of tonight.
Well, howdy, officer. We had a doozy of a day.
But it's a real good time.
Well, there you go. All right. Anybody else? Okay. I'm getting away scot-free with all my shenanigans.
Oh,
No
okay,
one.
No, I'll give you something. When you let me draw out my character in full color and then took it away from me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what? You felt something, and that's
I
my
sent you
job.
rough drafts, Philip. Like what?
It's
What
my
the actual fuck?
It's my job to make sure you all feel things, and you did.
Not only did you
When
do
you
that,
made every
after we
sword my
fixed the
character
color,
get
you then
cursed.
took it away from her other character. You are.
It's
Yes,
important.
yes to both.
I just think you guys. Well,
Yeah, remember
screwed
remember
over
when
Cat.
Tally was a blade singer and every sword fucking murdered him?
yeah, it
Yeah.
was good times.
Remember when I made my own subclass with a cool sword and then you cursed it to be haunted?
Until
by a
next
fucking
time.
demon of pandemonium?
You know, I
If you
actually
need
feel
magic
bad. I feel
items,
I feel like
You
I
need
brought
MEI.
these problems to
Another
myself.
time.